cancel culture is about canceling.
Up yours. Woke moralists. Up yours.
Systematic bullying that's happening.
And they believe that they invent
Cocaína.
But it's the wax that the Terminator X spun. Now they got me in a cell cause my records ain't sell. Cause a brother like me said, well,
it's one like this, immaculate conception. Not transform like this, perform like this, which yells you a new weapon. I don't contemplate, I meditate, then off your head. This that puts against the bed. This that I got realness, I just push cause it's in my DNA. I got millions, I got riches building in my DNA. I got junk, I got evil that rot inside my DNA. I got off, I got trouble, some heart inside my DNA.
They seem animalistic is what I mean.
No, they're worse than animals.
The woke mob, they ruin everything.
They stopped Ben Shapiro from going to events and speaking. They stopped Ann Coulter from doing it.
I will never surrender even a single inch of ground to a pitchfork mob.
You never cave to the mob.
We will never bow to the mob. Ever. No matter what.
Do you see the final expression of cancel culture in terrorist groups like
We'll see who cancels who.
They want you to comply.
Hello, friends.
Hey, Happy New Year, everybody.
Feliz Navidad.
Yeah.
Hey, well, yeah.
We're all here. And
I mean, I guess
Rebecca and Ariana will
weren't
be here.
I guess if you weren't here the last week, like me and David were, it is a Happy New Year episode.
Well, did
Yeah,
do a
we were
show.
here.
Whoa.
I was not
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
It's nice to be back. Still feeling the same way, as last year.
You all seem
Yeah.
very low energy. Are you all sick, or is it just the world?
I
It's
am
the world?
sick, yes.
Oh, okay.
It's the world for me.
And it's the world. It's a combination of everything.
We're sick from the world. The
Sick of
country's
this
on fire.
bullshit.
The other half is iced over. Yeah, we've got T-minus 11 days until Trump becomes the president. Feeling great. Real great.
Mike, what are your feelings on your whole state joining Canada? What about the West Coast?
I would literally give my left nut to make that happen. I'm not even kidding. I would absolutely, if there was some sort of a vote we can hold, I would support that.
Well, let's be clear. There's a difference between you joining us and us joining you.
Right.
Like,
There's
a big difference there.
There's a difference between
Well,
y'all
there might not be
taking us
much of a
over.
difference in a little while,
Yeah.
right, David? I mean,
What?
isn't there a certain someone no longer your prime minister, and another certain someone
Oh,
is
yeah.
poised to...
Yeah, you're right. Maybe there won't be much of a difference at that point. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm actually super curious to see how Poilievre's going to deal with Trump, because is such a little bitch that I have a hard time imagining.
Oh, he already put out a little tweet, right, where he was like,
He gave a press conference today.
Yeah.
But he's
What
already
did he
he's
say?
kissing the ring. He's kissing the ring.
He's saying
Is
that
he
Canada should be
really?
part of
No,
US?
obviously, if you said that, it would be political suicide. He's saying
He's
like,
not mentioning Trump, though, right?
Yeah, well, he's saying that like Canada will never be the 51st state, but we will, join forces with economic partners in America to teach them that Canada is a valuable trading partner and all this other shit. Like he's not taking a strong stance. None of the conservatives are. Like, I don't know if you saw Doug Ford went on Jesse Waters on Fox News and spent the whole time memeing. Yeah, he just spent the whole time memeing on there. He was just like, what about instead of you guys taking us over, we join forces, become AmCan, and take over the world? And then I was like, you're
It was so
real
hard to
cult-
watch.
Yeah,
It's like,
this is
why
real
are you
life.
going on
This is-
Jesse Waters' show, you fucking loser?
Why is he suggesting ANCAM when we're already come? Canada, United States, Mexico. It's perfect. We don't have
I
to
didn't even
change
I
think
haven't
shit.
thought about that.
Come is
Yeah. Oh, you haven't thought about that. I see that not all of us have, 11-year-old sense of humor. But yeah, I think the one thing that needs to change, Canada annex the West Coast. Everybody else, you're America still. Sorry, Matt. But if we have to choose, the West Coast just makes the most sense. And
West Coast, West Coast. I love the West Coast of the
truly
US.
is. It
Yeah,
truly
so many good
is.
states, so many good cities. It's beautiful.
I like New
down.
York
Yeah.
too, though. Like I do love the
I
West
know,
Coast,
I
but I
do-
also
I
love
do
New
love
York
New
City.
York.
So,
Yeah.
but
mean,
really
look,
just New York City.
East
You all
Coast
If
can
we could
have
just
it all.
fuck
LG.
New York City, yeah.
You don't like Jersey? Jersey's great.
No.
I don't think I've been to New Jersey.
Oh.
Yeah. It's really
So?
scary times. It's really scary times. Those fires in California are so horrifying, honestly, to anybody who is affected by it. I'm so sorry. We already talked to Ariana, and she's not in an area, but I know a lot of people are. I know Francesca, she had to evacuate. I know that Hassan tweeted about having to evacuate. Like, it's just everywhere, and the winds are what is making it so much worse.
Yeah, there hasn't been rain in LA since May, which is
A long
insane.
time.
But a year ago, there was like insane floods and storms, and there was like mudslides. But it's this. I was reading about like this oscillation between like all this rain, then no rain at all for like a year. It just adds to how extreme the result is on both ends. Whether it's when the floods happen or when the fires happen, it's just having no just consistent rain at all for that long of a time. You're going to lead
Because
to a
of
situation
wokeness,
where you have
right?
these all this
It's woke.
brush just drying up.
Yeah.
It's
It's
woke.
definitely the DEI and not climate change. I feel like people have to know that they're just being fucked with at this point.
If
They
you
don't
fall
want
for
you to
that shit,
question
it's the
climate
firefighter's
change.
fault. It's because a woman firefighter is like, if you fall for that, I'm sorry. You should throw yourself in the fire because you don't deserve to exist on this planet to be that fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like it's just so dumb. Like who I made this analogy. Like it's like gaining a bunch of weight, being super unhealthy, getting a heart attack at 45, and then yelling at the paramedics in the ambulance it's their fault that you have a heart attack. It's like these are the people treating the issue. How can you blame the firefighters for the fires? You fucking idiots.
Yeah, and
So dumb.
I think that it's fine if you want to criticize leadership, of course you should, but these things were inevitable because of climate change. We were warned about this for decades, and the chickens have come home to roost. Like, we have fire seasons all the time. What makes this particularly jarring is that it's happening during a non-fire season. And it's scary. Like, back in 2020, that was when Oregon experienced wildfires. It was during the summer. And, typically we have a lot of rain. As much as I bitch about the rain in Oregon, I'm thankful that a lot of the time we do have rain, but we had a lot of wildfires. And I remember looking at my phone, seeing the air quality diminish. And I think level 300 is toxic. Like 1 to 20 is good, 300 is toxic. And our air quality reached like 540 something. And I was like, oh my God, like you could smell the smoke through your home and stuff. So it's genuinely scary. I haven't had a lot of issues with asthma since I was a kid, but that was really affecting me. Anytime I'd open the door to let the dogs out, I was worried about them. So anybody right now dealing with that or at risk of losing their home, my heart goes out to you because it's a nightmare situation. I don't even know how to process the information.
Everyone except
Well-
James Woods.
Yeah, fuck him. He was
I
crying on TV.
can't help it. The dad joke in me is really is really forcing me to say this, but I guess we finally know who let the dogs out.
Oh my God.
I did hear the barks as soon as you said that. For some reason, my brain was like, "Roof, roof, roof,"
Oh,
like,
really?
I didn't say anything because I didn't want to, embarrass myself publicly in an audience of multiple people. But
That's not
I
even
remember
a dad joke. That's like a grandpa joke. Sorry, Dave.
I was gonna say I remember going to when I went to Vancouver, like was it 2 years ago, and just smelling fire, like smelling the forest fire.
oh,
it was
you didn't know that
it wasn't even close. I had no idea it was.
Our city is orange every August now. That's just the new normal. Is that the forest fires are so bad in BC? Every August, Vancouver turns orange like Blade Runner. And people just got used to it. I didn't think we would. I thought we'd be like, well, we're definitely going to do something about climate change because this is horrifying. But everyone's like, Orange August, it's just around the corner.
Yeah, and like you almost get used to like just smelling firewood, like the entirety of you being there. It's
Right.
It's very, very bizarre. And
There-
it's just,
there
it
were
can't
a
be
few-
healthy.
There were a few fires in like in some parks like maybe a couple months ago. And that was like a big deal because that doesn't really happen here on the East Coast, honestly. I think the best example of like a huge forest fire affecting New York was like, what was it? Not this past summer, the summer before that. Those huge fires in Canada were so big
Oh yeah, it blew
that
down.
it blew down and our skies turned orange and you could smell the smoke. And all the way in New York City, which is like, we're like like a 7-hour drive away from like the Niagara Falls area. So I mean,
Mhm.
that's
a big
big.
distance.
It's a big fire. You know what I mean? And so like that, but that's really the only experience I've had. We don't get them here.
If you don't get it, you'll at least smell it from areas that like in Oregon we have a lot of like evergreen, and it gets very dry during the summer, and it's just going to be common. And it's like, to David's point, yeah, we are kind of just adapting to it. Humans just have the tendency to adapt to whatever is the new normal, but the new normal is like getting increasingly insane, and it's going to be hard to adapt because things are changing so quickly. I mean, just a couple of years ago, we were talking about fire tornadoes in Australia. Just the things that have happened. There's the Maui wildfires. It's so common now. And each time it happens, you just see the devastation. And at some point, most people will become desensitized to it. And these types of insane weather patterns as the result of climate change are just going to be common. And we'll just be like, yeah, we kind of already do that, right? Like, climate change is something that I think it feels so hopeless since our government has made it clear they're not going to take the necessary action to stop it, that we kind of like have to try to become a little bit complacent to not go completely insane. Because when you start to think about like, man, like a couple generations down the road, that might be it. Like, that's how bad, like that might be it. A couple generations removed from us. It really is blackpilling. Not to get too dark, but it's just shit is scary. Shit is scary. We need something good. Matt, talk about CES 2025.
Yeah, tell us about the
Please.
technology that's currently killing the planet. Tell us all about that.
I want the salt spoon.
Tell us about
Yeah,
the AI destroying the world.
Sure. I just right. I just got back from CES in Vegas today. I am very tired. I took an 11:30 plane, saying, "Oh, I'm gonna sleep on the plane, so I get like my whole Thursday instead of traveling all day Thursday." Didn't happen. I didn't sleep at all. Got landed at 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then got home around 9. Slept for like 2 hours, and then did the majority report, and then I had other work to do, and now I'm here. So I'm on like 2-3 hours of sleep. But it was all worth it because CES was a good time as usual. I enjoy it. I would say the biggest story out of CES, without a doubt, is the new NVIDIA chips.
Yeah.
That is the big story. I mean, also, in terms of like people who go to CES, that's probably not the big story if you were there, because it's not very like, visual, or, they're chips. Although I will say I saw one I came across a device that was using it, like it was in a computer, and they were running a game on it, and it looked good. It looked good. So that is the big story. The new NVIDIA GPUs. What else?
Any cool TVs?
All right. So this year's CES was interesting because it was a lot of stuff from last year, from the big companies at least. I think they basically introduced like the technology last year, and this year they're rolling things out that will be consumer oriented using that technology. Like, it was the same, LG brought the same transparent TVs from last year, but they also showed off a transparent TV that's going to be going for sale soon, and some other companies had transparent TVs too. So if you want a transparent TV
For like what, 60 grand?
it's going to be expensive.
What's the
announce
point of that,
prices.
though? Is there any type of benefit to a transparent TV?
Honestly, the best use cases I've seen have been for like digital signage or like live shows and things like
makes
that.
sense.
I really don't think there's any real use case in your house. Honestly, like,
I don't
so
need to see
wow,
my
you-
wall behind the
Yeah,
TV
like
and see all the
unless you
cobwebs.
really,
like,
you really like the color of your wall. Like, what's the point?
Right. Right.
It's just what it sounds like. It's just a transparent TV.
It's
Like, you
a
can see through,
see-through
like, a piece of glass.
TV. It's a see-through TV. The
What's
picture,
the point?
they could do it. They are able to do it.
Okay.
Literally,
So
they
if
have
you're on the other
transparent-
side of it, you see like the image reversed.
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
You do, because I put my head behind one so I could take a picture from the other side. Yeah, but you wouldn't watch it that way. The
No,
picture,
so like,
yeah,
why does it exist?
yeah.
Well, if they have
Again,
transparent
it's-
TVs,
it's
do they have cisparent TVs? Speaking of dad
Right,
jokes,
right.
It's the dad joke episode.
Oh my God.
It's without a doubt that joke episode. They also a big thing this year too were bendable screens. LG has a bendable gaming monitor coming out that they showed me. You
That
press
makes
a
more
button,
sense.
Yeah,
I agree.
you press a button, it goes from a flat screen to a curved screen.
Mhm.
Oh, that's
you know,
cool.
yeah.
I like that.
What else? What else? Trying to think. There's the weird stuff. That's always my favorite. The weird stuff. You guys mentioned the electric salt spoon.
So far, that's the only thing I care about of anything you've
Yeah,
listed.
I mean, literally it's the only thing that people are like, other than like the big company news, it's the only actual product I've seen like everybody talking about. So if you don't know, the electric salt spoon is this spoon from a Japanese company called Kirin, that basically the purpose of the spoon is that it helps make your low sodium foods taste saltier. And the way they do that is when you put the spoon in your mouth, it sends an electric current through the spoon to your tongue, and that like tricks you into thinking or tasting a saltier item than you actually are eating. And I tried this thing out. It's a big spoon, and you have to hold it in a certain way so like you're covering this like silver strip that's on the back. So they had me holding the spoon in a really weird way. And I felt like maybe I could taste something different when I had it on and was using it after like taking a complete separate sip of the soup they provided without the spoon. But I was wondering if it was like a placebo effect. You tell someone, oh yeah, this will make things taste saltier, and then like your brain is automatically searching to for the confirmation of that. But because you have to hold it sort of weird, I accidentally shut it off mid sip, and I actually like tasted the soup go from salty to like more bland, like in the middle of drinking it. So like that, I was surprised that it worked. But I can't first of all, I can't imagine you using like you buying this really, because it's like $130 spoon.
It's $130.
It's $130.
Do you have to buy just the spoon, or do you have to get the Salt D spoon as well?
What?
The what?
There is only a salty spoon.
The Salt D's nuts. Gotcha.
That was the worst one yet. That
I know. I really
I'm not sure I
finessed
still
that
get
one.
that.
Salties, nuts.
Also, like if you think about it,
Trying.
what other? It obviously makes sense in Japan because they love soup in Japan. Like,
they also love sodium. That's like I agree with you.
Sodium,
This
right.
product could actually help a lot of people. Like in America, like hypertension, strokes, heart disease, all that is caused by high salt.
But
It's just too
how
big.
many-
The spoon itself is huge.
It's a pretty big spoon, but also how many other salty foods do you eat with a spoon, other than soup?
Right.
Really, like you don't need this to eat ice cream, unless you want salty ice cream. You don't need
Salty
this to
and
eat-
sweet, maybe.
Right. Like most foods that I eat that I think about like that are salty, like that I put
Chips.
salt on.
Right.
You use your hands or a fork, right? I mean,
Curry.
Yeah.
It would be good for curry.
Curry. I use a fork to eat curry though. But yeah, I guess.
Oh. Even like a lentil dal, you'll use a fork.
Oh, I don't know. Every curry I eat's got chicken or some sort of meat in it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you need a fork to stab the.
At least there's like some ideas that are like different that aren't just like
Right.
AI is doing this
I-
for you. Like fuck AI.
Right.
I liked
Something new.
I liked it because it has a noble like idea behind it. They want people to eat healthier, and they actually created some like a piece of hardware that they actually like obviously had to like do trial and error and figure this out. And it's not just like some bullshit like software that doesn't actually do anything but is marketed to do something. That's what I think CES is fun, because when you're covering tech, like online, like just like what's going on with social media companies or like software companies or the AI companies, it's all bullshit they're saying they can do. But like there's nothing they could actually show you because it's not hardware. But CES, you go and you actually get to physically try this shit out. And even if something's stupid, it's cool that they did it. It's cool that they put it together.
Oh, was the Enron egg real, or was that an internet meme?
That was not
that
at CES. Yeah.
Oh, but is that real?
No.
It's
They're
just
gonna hatch a little corrupt
CEO.
What's the Enron?
Apparently,
it's a home nuclear reactor that you can just power your house with.
from
Sounds
I've really been paying
realistic.
too much attention to this one, but from what I understand, the birds aren't real guy is behind.
Oh, made it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Genius.
That makes sense.
Did you see the mock-up of the Switch 2? Because I heard that there were accessories there from Genki and like other.
Yeah. I saw some of that.
And I was looking at
the what? What did I see? What?
A Switch 2 mock-up. There's like accessories
No, I
for the
didn't see
Switch
any
2
Switch
being
2
shown off.
mock-up.
Okay.
No, unfortunately.
Another question for you. How soft were those little pet things that you like attach to your purse and you pet them and they like look at you?
Oh,
I don't know how to even
they were
describe
soft.
it.
They were soft.
Okay.
I see something.
I would like
silly
one or two
like
of
that.
those.
What is this?
I thought it was interesting. Like
It's a little robotic stuffed animal that looks like a real pet that kind of reacts when
like
you touch it.
It doesn't really.
I love that we're talking about this right after all this climate doom and gloom, and then we're talking about the most useless consumer products.
Yeah, but you know what?
Does any of
These
this
sort of
do for anybody?
products aren't the ones that are causing the doom and the gloom. They're not the big like. They're not the crypto mining farms. They're not the huge
AI computing,
AI data centers. This is a drop in the like a blip in the bucket or drop in the pen. You know, it's a little furry creature that you like snap to your arm or your bag, and it apparently when if someone walks by you, it moves its head to like look at them and get their attention. That's really all it's for. It's like a Furby type thing, like something you get someone for Christmas, something for Christmas.
Oh my God.
They're so cute.
It's cute. It's cute. It reminded me of in Disney World. The Mandalorian walks around with a Grogu animatronic in his bag that basically does the same thing. Obviously, it's Disney, so it's a more expensive device that they've made. But so it's better looking. But it's basically that. It's a silly little thing that you get someone for a Christmas gift.
What were they called again?
Marumi, I think they were.
Marumi.
Yeah,
Marumi, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
they're
reminds me
very
of
cute.
like Furbies or something.
Yeah, I am getting Furby vibes, but cuter. Furbies really cross the creepy line to me, whereas those are still in cute. I don't view those as creepy, so I like them. I like them.
Right. There was another thing I saw, the last thing I saw.
All the chats are correcting me, saying, Lance, when all the animals are dead, we're going to need these things. Fair enough. Fair enough.
There were a lot of there were a lot of robotic animals. There was this really realistic robot dog, like not one that walked around, not those like crazy like security, like the ones that look like from
The Boston Dynamics one.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I'm talking like
scary.
one that looked like a real dog that just like laid there and you would pet it and it would move and like roll over so you rub its tummy or whatever. And like the thought process when you first see this is like, why? Just get a real dog. Why would you buy this? But it costs more than a real dog. But then you talk to them and you find out that the reason behind the idea is that their mother has dementia, and they had to take the family dog, like her pet dog, away from her because the dog was in danger from because that's one of the she wouldn't be able to care for the dog anymore.
Right.
But she still wanted but the mother still missed that
I don't like the way
companionship of a dog. Like, yeah, like that's the one I'm talking about. Like,
okay, that actually is creepy seeing it in motion.
It's really real looking, right? Like it looks like And like the way it moves,
I don't
too,
like
with
the
the
way
tail
they're
wagging
touching.
and
I don't know. I'm
everything.
getting creeped out by it. The way they're touching it, he's like slap petting it, and she's like all up in its face. I'm just getting.
Well, it's a good thing it
weirded
isn't a
out.
real dog, though.
It reacts to it. It reacts to it. Like again, like this stuff, like some of it,
Yeah, I
is
got
silly,
nothing
some of
against
it's got like a noble cause behind it. It's just like, you know.
I don't
it's-
like it. Ban it.
Did
Sorry.
you say burn it?
Ban it.
Oh, ban it.
Oh,
I understand that though with the dementia angle that
Right.
there is a use for it, but yeah.
I do think that this is what I usually say every year. The real tell about where the tech industry is going, for me, is always what's not there this year that was all over the place last year.
Oh, please say it's AI. Please say it's AI.
No, listen. I will say this. This is the positive thing. AI is definitely a big thing. There were a lot of AI companies there. Not many generative AI companies. The AI that
Good.
most companies are working with are a lot of smart glass companies, for example, are doing AI stuff. So like when you're talking to someone, like the AI transcription or the AI translation shows up in the glasses, so you could still look at somebody and like interact with them, or, you know, get transcribed notes or whatever. Again, would you use this? No, but at least it's something that like makes sense. It integrates with like real world. I could see it being useful if you go to another country and you don't have anyone
Yeah,
who
you wanna
speaks the language
translate.
with you.
Yeah, definitely.
So that I was sort of happy to see that there wasn't like a bunch of companies there who were like, filmmakers, graphic designers, no more. AI will do it all for you. Step right up, folks. But you know, you'll be happy to know that crypto, at least as a tech product, is fucking dead as can be.
Oh, thank God.
But
No
it's doing
crypto
better than ever before.
as a financial product.
Asset.
As a
yeah.
financially speculative product. There were every year prior to this, there were companies who their solution to everything was we're taking this industry by storm by taking this.
Web 4.0.
and
It was supposed to
putting it on-
revolutionize the
Right.
internet.
putting it on the blockchain. Put this on the blockchain. Put that on the blockchain. None of that shit there. None of it. NFTs non-existent. Not a single the word and the letters
goodness.
NFT not there.
But how about Gary V and his V friends? Who will buy them?
Nothing.
Now's the time to get in on that shit, you know? Ground floor.
Like there was.
I would love to go back and revisit some of his videos and that fucking bullshit.
Right.
As I was calling
There
that
were a
crap out.
handful. There were like a very small handful of crypto related companies. Most of them having to do with like fintech, like financial related tech products. There was a small Web3 section that was funny because like a year or two ago, if you went, every fucking company was claiming to be either the metaverse or Web3.
Oh, the
And now
metaverse, I
it
forgot
was
about
like
that.
this little corner at just one room in this one hall. This little corner was called like the Web3 section. And it was almost like CES was like, you guys still want to do this? Could you not embarrass us and go over here in the corner? Like, fine, okay, but just get out of the way. Don't make yourself too noticeable. Like it was very nice to see that none of this shit was there. Yeah, and like I said, the metaverse, every company claimed to be the metaverse a year or two ago. And now I think I saw just one company use the word metaverse, and they were in the VR glass space. So I mean, at least it made a little bit of sense.
The VR glass product that you were demoing, I think it was called X-Reel or something. That actually seemed really cool. Like when you described like laying in bed playing a Steam Deck, but like looking at it projected at your ceiling, that would actually be amazing.
Right, and it's not like I should say, like it's not like a projector where it's on your ceiling. It's just in your headset.
Right.
And it enables you to have a monitor of the width. I think the latest one it was less than 60 degrees, but obviously a lot larger than your computer monitor. I think it was like 56, 58 degrees. And it looks good. And I like that they're just focused on that. Like that seems like a good use case. They're not a company that's like, you're going to live in your VR, AR glasses. It's like your whole world's going to be in there. We have a new operating system just for that. No, they're like, wouldn't it be cool if you could connect this to the devices you actually already use in your life, just so you can get a bigger screen that really no one else can see, like it's just for you. Like that sounds cool to me. Like that's a totally fine product. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
Apple
There was a
there?
bunch-
Like, was the Apple Vision there? Are they still doing
No,
that?
the Apple never comes to this.
Okay.
There were a number of the bigger companies who usually just set up a booth, even just to show that they're there, even if they're not unveiling anything crazy. That just weren't here this year. Google wasn't there, from what I can see. Amazon was there, but like with their own room. It wasn't really like they weren't on the floor or anything. Microsoft wasn't there, and they usually have a big booth in the gaming area. The big companies now are the major like electronics manufacturers, like LG. LG is probably the biggest one there now. Like CS is now their show. Like they are the main event there. They always bring the craziest TVs, and televisions have always been like CES's big thing. Sony had a big thing there. They have their Afeela car with Honda that's been a big thing at CES for years now, and it's finally going to be coming out over the next like year. They also launched their new spatial content creation line of products. So they have a headset now, but unlike all the other companies that are doing headsets, this headset is not like a consumer product. Like, yeah, consumers will be able to buy it, but it's not to like play games on and enjoy content. It's specifically for people who are creating 3D model type content, and they can use the glasses to the headset to make it. They have like this line of motion capture products that don't require a studio. You just attach them to your body, and the sensor picks up your movement, so you could then put your movement, like attach your movement to another character on the screen, like a 3D model character. That was cool. I tried that out. The headset. What else? I got to bend the LG bendable gaming monitor. I told you guys about that. I tried a bunch of smart glasses while I was there because that's what they wanted me to cover. I would never use the smart glasses other than like the X-Real one, because again, like I don't have a need for real-time AI translations. I mean, again, I guess if I was going on an overseas trip and needed it, you would maybe borrow one or get one for that specific use case, but I wouldn't use it at all on the regular. One thing I liked that I found last minute, it was just some little random company that they say it's going to come out in like a couple months. So you know how everyone's trying to do those wearable pins, the AI ones, and they all suck.
Yeah.
This is a wearable pin that captures video, and the AI integration is just like, so you can search what was within your video for like life logging, or you're videoing like your kid's soccer game and you need to find that exact goal without having to search through the footage or whatever. That was pretty cool, and that's
going to be used for perverted reasons, probably.
That's the problem too. That's the problem too. That's the thing. Like some of this stuff, I
just
look
don't trust
at
people,
and I'm
man.
like,
No.
I'm thinking of like the cool, good, legit reasons to use it.
Yeah.
And then you know that there's gonna be some fucking asshole that does some shitty stuff with it, because like it's inevitable. Like that
You
was
can't have nice things.
right. Oh, this was super interesting. So sex toys were at CES this year.
What?
And
did you get to try them?
There was actually a company giving away sex toys, but I couldn't find them.
Oh,
One of my coworkers came over
You're
and was
chasing
like,
them down.
dude, you gotta find this. They were like, dude, you
I
gotta
have
find
to
this
try them before I
boots. Give this
leave.
shit away. I couldn't find them. But that's it. The reason sex toys at CS is interesting is because that's a reversal of a policy. So a year or two ago, there was a big news story, actually, in the tech world at least, where I think it was big because the company was like a small, like sex positive, woman owned company, and they had applied to CES to show their products off, and CES denied them, saying we don't show that stuff, we don't do that stuff here. And
It wasn't
CES
advanced
got a lot
enough?
of what?
Because it wasn't advanced enough. Like, did you have to reach
No,
a technology
they don't
threshold?
do-
Like
They
internet
don't do
powered
sex products.
toys. Oh, okay.
They don't do sex toys. And the blowback from them not doing like saying that sex toy tech wasn't legitimate technology or wasn't allowed at a legit tech show, I guess made them reverse course. And so for the first time at CES, there were, technology companies that made adult sex toys.
Good for them.
What are the
that's tech.
What are the advancements in sex toy technology? Like what?
Rustmaster 8000.
So there is
60 miles per hour in your ass.
Now with AI.
This actually made me
sentient fist.
AI goggles that you can see somebody sucking you off.
Wait, I want to hear what Matt has an actual answer.
Sorry, Matt.
This actually made me very sad. Actually, so I didn't. Again, I couldn't find the booth, but from what my coworker told me about it, the company was called Fluffer, I believe. And
noble job.
The sex toy they make, it's a sex toy for women, but the point is that it connects to an app on your smartphone, and the intensity and what it does syncs up to the game that you're playing on your smartphone. And the sad part is, according to my coworker, what they told them is that the need for this is that it is a way to get young men interested in pleasuring their partner so that they can play the game on the phone while their partner enjoys the
video
what
games
the sex toy is doing.
Is that the idea?
That's one of the thought processes behind it, according to my colleague. Yes.
That's sad.
I could not. I was like, young men would really rather play an iPhone game than have sex with their partner.
I feel like that relationship has other problems than
an
lack
app
of
on
an
a phone is not going to fix.
Yeah, it's not that they don't want to have sex. It's that they want to have sex but not be mindful of their partner, probably. So that's gonna.
It's probably like that too. Yeah, it's probably more. Maybe that's the better.
That's probably
honestly,
what. Yeah.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me the other way. There was also, again, something else I didn't see. There was a $175,000 full-sized woman model AI companion.
How much are we talking here?
I said $175,000.
$175,000.
We'll never be able to afford that.
There was a few AI companionship companies there. That was one that actually had a full body physical like AI, but there was a lot. There was a head. It was like a
get a bank loan for my sex robot.
I'm a little bi-curious. I just want to try a woman real quick.
There was an earbud. There was an
better start
earbud.
Saving. You'll be 80.
There was an earbud that didn't play any audio. The point was to just have an AI companion in your ear that you can talk to throughout the day. And I think the AI companion stuff and everything, I think it is so sad because it's not dealing with the issue that apparently a lot of young men especially are dealing with in terms of loneliness. It's just making them further antisocial. And I think that they still live in with other people in society, and I think that is gonna have some really bad effects on the world.
Yeah, I think not just young men who are suffering from loneliness, but also like older people who have no family, who are kind of by themselves, who live in nursing homes and stuff like that, and don't have visitors. Like there is a need for that, but it's just really sad because we're all kind of becoming a little bit more insulated in our bubbles, and the tech is adapting to it. And it feels like we already are in a dystopia in many ways, but it just feels so much more dystopian. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think another company brought up the senior citizen thing that you brought up with, where like seniors obviously get lonely and they don't have people to talk to, and that's where the AI companions could help them out. But I just think it's not like the point isn't to trick people into thinking they're having some sort of companionship. Like that's not the answer. Like I'm sorry, AI companions are not actual companions. They're a product that is meant to simulate it. It's not the equivalent. It's not even like that dog robot where like a senior with dementia can't take care of a real pet, but they still want to pet something, because that's like the point is to talk to someone about your life or what's on your mind or what you're going through, and then having them give you some sort of reassurance or that they're going through the same thing, some sort of human connection. That's the point. And there's no human connection with an AI companion.
Damn. Oh, on a lighter note, I got to pull up the super chat. I did not see this. Anita Bryant.
Oh, you didn't know this?
70s
Oh yeah, we got to do a crab dance. Yeah,
70s singer and anti-LGBTQ activist that got pied in the face for being a bigot passed away last month. Kind of feeling happy, not gonna lie. Let's go. I didn't hear about this. Thank you for sharing the good news. Rest in piss. Love that. Fuck
It was
yeah.
all over the news, but I feel like a lot of leftists didn't talk about it. So.
Oh my god, I totally missed that. Oh,
Oh,
that's
that was June
really
of 73.
encouraging. I mean, she was
Yeah,
1,000
crazy.
years old, and one of her granddaughters was a lesbian. So, you know, the Lord punished her in multiple ways for being a bigoted prick. So, love to see that. Glad she's dead. Rest in piss, queen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if anyone doesn't know who she is, she was a big anti-LGBTQ plus activist her entire life, who basically tried to huge advocate for conversion therapy, didn't think gay people were real, thought it was a fad, thought people could move through it, advocated for anti-gay laws in a lot of different states. Didn't pass in California, I think she lost that battle. But yeah, you know, her heart filled with so much hate that it exploded, and that's what killed her.
She was the J.K. Rowling of her time.
She
for
was
sure.
100%. She was the J.K.
Very
Rowling of her
prominent.
age.
Yeah, very, very prominent.
As talented too.
Talented
Really?
at dying.
Ariana, I don't think your mic or your headphones are the selected inputs.
Yes.
Basically, we hear everything going on in your room right now. Every keystroke you just did.
Okay, let me go on mute because my mic is whack like that. So I'm just gonna go on
If
mute.
you just typed in your
voice
password, we
was
know
fine.
exactly what keys you hit, and we're gonna be logging into all your.
And we heard what you uttered under your breath, Ariana. FYI, we heard that.
Right, we heard you quietly mourning Anita Bryant for a second before quickly pivoting.
And saying a slur.
Okay, Matt, you're the one reporting on electric salty spoons. So
I am correct.
we're gonna talk about
That's
someone
gonna
and what
save
someone's
obesity.
doing. Let's talk about what you're doing.
Hell yeah!
Because that pissed me off.
Hey, I have to address
Reporting or
this,
just the
Troy.
electric salty spoon?
But you are not glad she is dead. Come on, no. Don't tell me that I'm not glad she's dead. That literally just made my mood. I'm very happy that she's dead. So don't tell me how to feel or you're homophobic.
I think it's fine to say. Listen, there's a huge difference.
Hey, it's true. It's science, okay? We don't make up the rules.
Literally.
Mike is 100% right.
I get to use that whenever I want, and it's true 100% of the time. So
There's a huge difference between saying I wish someone died and that you're
I
glad
want
that
them
they are dead.
assassasinated or killed.
Yeah,
Or
That's exactly
the
it.
state
Yeah.
Like Mike
punishes them
didn't
or
say
something
she
like
should die or that she wanted her
I would have said
killed.
it if she were still alive, but the fact that she's already dead, I'm allowed
He
to
lost
be
that
happy about
chance.
that. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if someone already dies, then I think you can feel how you'd like. It doesn't matter. You didn't cause
Yeah.
it. You didn't do anything to do with it. They're not hearing you.
Right, right.
Or
she's
did you
looking up
have
at us
something
from
to do
hell.
with it, Mike?
I did not actually. I have an alibi,
Okay.
so
Gotta make sure.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Likely story.
Personally, I haven't thought of Anita Bryant in a long time, so I have no reaction to her dying.
Yeah, I forgot she
She
existed.
she's not like she died young or anything either. 84 years old. I
Yeah,
mean,
she lived a long life, long enough to see her grandchildren come out of the closet, which is awesome. Kudos to her grandchildren.
I will
I
say
love
I
it.
looked up her Wikipedia just to get some more information about her, and I had no idea that in Jimmy Buffett's Mañana song, one of the lyrics is, "I hope Anita Bryant never ever does one of my songs," which makes me really like Jimmy Buffett.
Good job, Jimmy. All right.
If you want to pull up the video of her getting pied in the face, it's so funny because she gets pied in the face and then she starts crying and then praying and she tries to play it off, but genuinely she's completely shook because she just got pied in the face and didn't expect it. So, let me try to find it. I don't know if it's available.
Oh, it'll be
but
on YouTube.
It's very, very good. Let's see. My face. And so I think it's important because that clip, you talk about LGBTQ activism today and everybody's like, oh my God, they're so extreme and aggressive. No, you haven't seen the LGBTQ activism of our predecessors. They did not fuck
I mean,
around.
she was the
Stonewall was
Harvey
a
Milk
riot.
era, like
Right,
people
right.
fucking bled on the street. Yeah, I mean, like I could directly answer the person who's saying we're all fake fuckers who pretend to care about life. It's people like her that literally endorse the torture and in some cases, accelerate the suicide of children by treating them cruelly and not letting them live their lives. They're horrifying monsters, and if they can't be around anymore to hurt more people, that's a good thing. I also, celebrate when other fucking vile human beings don't exist on the planet anymore because they can't keep hurting people. If you're a good person and you've dedicated your life to trying to improve not only the lives of others, but the human condition, then of course I'll be devastated to see you go. But this was just someone who made other people's lives bad. She was a bad person.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Because if you don't flaunt it, who's going to know you're homosexual or not, you see? But
just to pause it, we actually have, there's a mechanism in our brain to where as soon as we see somebody, we can tell that they're homosexual, so we don't have to actually flaunt it. She doesn't know.
Wanted to do was to flaunt it and to not lose their jobs because of it. If we were going to go on a crusade across the nation and try to do away with the homosexuals, then we certainly would have done it on June the 8th after one of the most overwhelming victories in the country. But we didn't. We tried to avoid it and went into a place called Norfolk, Virginia, and were met with protest and all kinds of problems. And every...
No, let him stay.
No.
Let him stay.
Well, at least it's a fruit pie.
At least it's a fruit pie.
Let's pray for him right now. Anita, let's pray. Anita, why don't you pray? That's all right.
Listen to the prayer because she starts
Father,
breaking down during
we
the
want
prayer.
to
It's
thank
so
you
funny.
for the opportunity of coming to Des Moines. And Father, I want to ask that you forgive him.
Now we love him.
And that we love him. And that we're praying for him.
Yeah.
To be delivered from his deviant lifestyle, Father. And I just...
I'm not bothered. Then she starts crying.
We forgive you, and we love you. Thank you. Could we ask you to leave? I don't want this man touched or harmed in any way.
Custard!
You have done your cause more harm.
Thus always the bigots.
Do you know who's here?
Thus always the
You know
bigots.
who saw you do
We
that?
welcome you to the Midwest. We hope you come back.
Do you know who saw you do that?
We love you as a person.
This man is from Rolling Stone magazine.
We love
Do you know
as a
what kind of
person,
publicity
Anita.
you're going to
We can't
get?
stand the garbage you spout.
Yeah, and Rolling Stone magazine ceased to exist.
Leave him
after
Yeah.
that.
And that man was lionized.
They were taken down. No more Rolling Stone. They're
No,
gone.
David's face was killing me. It was so monotone.
That was a modern Luigi or a Luigi Mangione of his time. That guy.
No.
No,
Yeah.
that was a
No.
there's been people pieing
Luigi
people in
Light.
the face for years.
He was a
generations.
Waluigi.
Luigi from Timu.
It was a Waluigi.
That's a famous
Luigi from Team.
That dude is probably a turf now or something. I have no idea.
the guy who did the
No, we
pie in
don't
the
know.
face.
Yeah, we don't know. For all we know, he is totally cool and he is on the right side of history. He's not a Zionist or anything. He's a badass. He pied Anita Bryant. So yeah, that was very funny.
Mike was more worried about his little joke about the pie guy being a turf than he was about saying he was happy.
Look,
he's dead.
you can never be too sure, right? You can never be too sure. It's like whenever you see somebody from the 70s or 80s, it's like I wonder where
What
they're
they're
at now and how demonic they are as a person.
If they're British, there's a high percentage. If they're like some old British
Right.
legend, that you grew up loving, you're like, oh, John Cleese, Monty Python, just geniuses at the art. And then all of a sudden it's like, why did you? Ugh, that sucks. That sucks.
know. Although the Spice Girls are actually very pro-trans, which I
Oh,
was
hell yeah.
encouraged to see
Well
because I was
done.
very big on the Spice Girls as a child. They might have actually
Me
made me
too.
gay.
Probably for other reasons.
Yeah, they might have made me gay. So to know that they're not anti-trans is very reassuring. Everybody else in the UK though is just transphobic. So.
Except for the Spice Girls.
Except for the Spice Girls, yeah, and Hermione and
Oh, true. And
what's
Potter too.
Yeah, Harry Potter. I can't think of his real name.
His real
Dennis?
name's Harry Potter.
That works for me. You know what's funny? Speaking of Harry Potter, when I was a kid, and this was through my evangelical phase, I had glasses that looked like Harry Potter, and I combed my hair down that looked like Harry Potter kind of. And I was at the store, and this lady was like, has anyone ever told you that you look like Harry Potter? And I was fucking appalled because during my evangelical phase, she basically just told me I look like a demon. That's satanic. That's witchcraft. So I went home and I told my mom. Mike. I'm like, Mom, do I look like Harry Potter?
Daniel
Like,
Radcliffe.
no.
We should say his name. Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah,
Daniel Radcliffe.
He is awesome.
Thank
He
you.
deserves to have his name now.
Yeah, he's
Legitimately
actually a good
guy.
actor. Apart from Harry
and
Potter.
Right.
he seems like a good dude. Yeah.
Right. No, genuinely a good guy. No disrespect whatsoever. Yeah. We'll say his name. But yeah. Oh, I just yanked out my headphone. Yeah. So that was a nice little hopium. Thank you to whoever sent that super chat to let us know about Anita Bryant dying. Any other deaths that were good that you all want to share?
This is what Mike lives for. Other people dying.
Open up the daily obituaries. Like, what do we got today?
Look up all of their histories. Oh, you piece of shit. Good, you're dead.
See the name, cross-reference that with their Facebook post history. Oh, I see what you did. I can be happy about this. No, I'm not that demented, I promise. A little bit, but not that demented. Yeah, so how do we feel about Trump getting inaugurated soon, folks? We excited?
Oh my God. Anything good to talk about? I was enjoying the CES conversation. It's like, oh, transported to a land of
True.
something different.
You want to know how rotten my brain is? There's like an actual countdown in my head where I wake up and it's like 9 more days, 10 more days. We're on 11 right now, but yeah.
I'm already acting like he's the president.
He kind of already
feels
is,
like he
right?
is.
Pretty much,
might
yeah.
as
No,
well.
To be quite honest.
Yeah, and he can do one conversation at Mar-a-Lago in the entire world that's just dominated the news cycle. We were talking about, how are you prepared to die on the shores of Greenland, Americans? Is that on the menu? It sounds like for
the anti-war Trump
reason, like
the so-called anti-war Trump going to war with 3 different allies already. Like,
yeah,
it's just
right.
I don't know why he wants Canada and Greenland so badly. Like, I don't understand.
Well,
that.
according
I think
to
it's more of a
Van Jones,
negotiating tactic, but
yeah, exactly.
Van
It's
Jones
just
defended the Greenland thing and the Canada thing, but for Greenland, apparently
If Van
there's
Jones
like
has no haters,
strategic
I'm dead.
value. Yeah, no, exactly. Good point, Arian. I hate him. But for Canada, it just doesn't make any sense why he would antagonize an ally like this. I think he's probably bluffing. Maybe he's like half serious, like he wants it, but
I think he's more serious than not about Greenland because he thinks that Denmark will just sell it to him, which they won't. And also, there's like a lot of indigenous people on there already. There's 56,000 people who live there, and they're actually in the middle of asking for their own independence. So, but like he's doing what he does so well, we're all talking about it. It's like he's going to be able to gut Medicare, Medicaid, and pass the worst shit if all he does the same day is say something completely batshit. Like, today I'm going to nuke the whales to free up Jesus or something. Everyone will be talking about that, and then we'll be like, yeah, well, I mean, I don't know what he did in the background, but I'm definitely thinking about him invading Canada now and invading Mexico and then invading Greenland and all that shit.
That's such a good point, that especially because you brought up privatizing Medicare. So guess who we nominated to be the person who runs the Center for Medicare and Medicaid? Dr. Oz. Coincidentally, Dr. Oz has over $500,000 in stake in United Healthcare. They are the biggest beneficiary of Medicare Advantage plans, which is not to be confused with Medicare. Medicare is our public program. Medicare Advantage is a scam where they basically prey on seniors, get them to buy into Medicare Advantage, don't cover as much benefits as traditional Medicare. And on top of that, they charge the government for more money by diagnosing people with illnesses that they don't actually have. Like, they're literally defrauding the government. And everybody knows it. It's an open secret, but like politicians don't want to do shit about it because they're getting money from these companies. Insane world we live in. So you're right about Trump basically doing shit like that. We'll all be like focused on Donald Trump, I don't know, like threatening to bomb the UK while Dr. Oz privatizes Medicare. Or I think the main goal is to make Medicare Advantage the default instead of something that you opt into. Because when you turn 65, you have the choice of Medicare with a supplement or Medicare Advantage. Never, ever, ever opt for Medicare Advantage. It was introduced in 1997. You do need a supplement because it doesn't cover everything. Do not get Medicare Advantage. But they're going to try to push that on people because that's how you make a lot more money off of people. It's really fucked up. And it's hard to not get distracted by the things that he does because, I mean, so many people were joking about the Canada stuff, but like when you step back and you think about it, it's genuinely insane. He is talking about annexing our neighbor. What? You want to take over Canada? What are we doing? So even if
He
he's
said
joking,
though that he's not going to use military force. So thank you.
But
Trump.
he didn't rule military force out for Greenland. He said he's not taking it off the
not
table.
for Greenland
or
the
Panama.
Panama Canal.
Yeah, or the Panama Canal. Like, fucking.
It's exhausting, and all the Republicans like parrots are like, "Yo, no, this is great, actually."
Did you see the room full of people around Donald Trump Jr. all in MAGA hats as he's playing the announcement, and they're all like, "Let's take Greenland, let's do it." And I was like, "Fucking, there's going to be like an army of Joe Rogan fans dying on the shores of fucking Greenland." You're like, it's going to be the saddest thing in history.
It's so bleak, and I have to, like, I want to go door to door and ask every single person who voted for Donald Trump, hey, do you think this is going to bring down the cost of groceries or inflation or gas? Because you all voted for this guy because, I don't know, vibes or your friends told you that he was going to help bring down costs. What does this have to do with that? If we have Canada, do you think things are going to get better for you? It's not. It'll get worse for Canadians because now they have to start buying healthcare. It's not going to get better for you, though. So it's so frustrating because we're down such a dark timeline. If we could just rewind and go back 10 years, get Bernie elected the first time, we'd be finishing up his second term, and his successor right now would be sworn in, Nina Turner, perhaps. Let's live in that timeline. Can we go back?
That is powerful wish casting. I want that timeline. I don't think it's likely, but that sounds incredible.
In some dimension, it
President
happened.
Nina Turner in a couple of fucking days. Oh my god.
Listen, somewhere, like, there's infinite timelines, right? That shit's happening. We just happen to be in the worst fucking one with the worst outcome imaginable.
I just got to share this super chat from Bayphoto. Just saw the CNN headline: Trump's quest for Greenland could make Ozempic even more expensive.
What?
You know what? This is late stage capitalism final boss.
Yeah, there it is.
I mean, if you do think about it, though, if he does buy Canada and Greenland, that's going to be really hard for people that cross the border for diabetes medication and stuff like that.
True.
Yeah.
He can't afford Canada. He. I mean, I don't even think he can afford Greenland. It's all utterly absurd.
I want to ask both of you, the Canadians on the panel. Let's say, like, this isn't going to happen, but hypothetically,
all right,
we take over. You're Americans now. Like, what is your reaction aside from shock?
Find the nearest bridge. I mean, what else am I gonna fucking do?
David's in a mood today.
Yeah.
David's in a mood today.
I don't know. What's a good like fast food chain you have that we don't? I guess I'll go there.
Shake Shack, In-N-Out
Shake
Burger.
Shack. I haven't been there. Sure, I'll go to Shake Shack. I guess.
Shake Shack is good. Quite tasty.
Well, you could go there now. You don't have to be.
You could.
American.
I mean, you could also go to
You don't have to lose your
In-N-Out.
health care.
Well, I won't be crossing the border though. It'll be in the country. So.
Oh, that's
Shake
true. It is easier back and forth.
Jack in the Box. Better Taco Bell.
Taco Bell is amazing, honestly. That is what makes me.
Well, better Taco Bell. American Taco
Wait,
Bell.
did you just
Why is
say
it better?
Jack in the Box is better Taco Bell?
No, I said better Taco Bell, as in Canada's Taco Bell sucks, but the Taco Bells in America.
Wait,
are
I
infinitely
don't know about
superior.
this. Why is that the case? I don't think I've had Taco Bell in the U.S.
You've never had Taco Bell in the US? Oh, it's infinitely better than Taco Bell.
Oh my god, Mike looks
It's like more fake. Like there's more fake shit in it.
Yeah, like the Crunchwrap Supreme has just like extra filth inside of it that makes it tastier. I don't know what the secret ingredient is, but they put in good filth there.
Because like, I already feel like shit after eating Taco Bell here. I can't imagine how I'm going to feel after eating it in the U.S.
Oh, David, we feel like shit.
You
Trust
won't need
me,
that bridge.
but it's
Let
just
me
worth
tell
it.
Yeah, but it's for 5 minutes.
Although my closest Taco Bell went to shit. They started cutting labor, so now there's like not enough employees to work. So if you go there, then you have to wait a really long time. And the tweakers that were there before were doing fine. Like this lady that worked there, I was working close at the time. I'm going through the drive-thru, and she's like putting her knee on the window. She's like, "Look at my scab, I fell," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" But I mean, they made the shit amazingly, so I have no complaints there. But like now, there's just all different people, and it's really slow because they cut labor. It's frustrating. So I haven't had Taco Bell in a while, but Taco Bell that's honestly amazing. Like I will shill for Taco Bell. I don't want to hear about their employment practices. Please don't educate me on that. I'm just gonna imagine everything is perfect,
I mean, every fast food place, I'm sure, doesn't have the greatest pay and benefits.
No. I mean, when I was like 16, I started working at Subway and never got a break. So that's
I fucking love Subway though. It's really good. I love Subway.
Really?
Oh, dude, that's actually
Yeah.
mystery meat for real.
I love Subway. It doesn't matter.
In the
Don't
fast
care.
food chain, it's really low, really low.
Subway is great.
Wait, would you take it? Would you take it over Quiznos?
Oh, I'm not a big Quiznos fan.
Subway's great if you can make your own sandwich. When I used to work there, I would like load it up. I'd put some marinara sauce on it, on whatever is like just the regular sauce. I'd go crazy on the vegetables. If you make your own, it's really good actually. It just depends. Usually when I go to Subway, they put
I don't mind
so
Subway.
much.
Subway's fine.
They put so much mayonnaise on it because all the customers demand extra mayonnaise. So if you get like
Ew,
sauce, they
I don't.
are kind of conditioned to drain just drain the bottle on it.
Gotta say, I'm a little bit confused by people who are so shocked I enjoy Subway. Are you new to me? Do you not know how terrible I eat all the time?
Subway's not like the absolute worst.
Yeah, but whatever
Are
the
we
absolute
just
worst
like,
is, I
forgetting
eat
that their
that
meat
too.
is literally mystery? Or like,
Isn't that all meat?
And they had
No,
yoga
but,
mats
like,
in their
theirs
bread.
was actually
Isn't that
really
fast food generally?
meat.
Oh,
Yeah,
the-
but we're
the
talking
Subway-
about like
the-
proven.
The Subway bread is one of the biggest draws. You smell that shit from a mile away. It smells
Oh,
so
if you're-
good.
They literally
I
have
think the bread
plastic in
smells
their
awful.
bread.
I think they changed their.
You live in New York,
recipe.
Mr. Binder. You have access to the greatest food in the world. You can have so
True.
many incredible sandwiches.
Oh,
Every
yeah, they got-
bodega in every street corner
You got
was
good
a better
options there for
sandwich
real
shop
sandwiches.
than
Right, I
Subway.
eat that
Every
stuff
single
too, but
bodega.
sometimes you're in the mood for garbage and it tastes beautiful. I love it. It tastes.
What's your order, Matt? I'm curious. As a former sandwich artist myself, I'm
Oh,
just
I
curious.
guess I don't get anything crazy. I just get the basics. Usually either
6 inch or foot long?
usually turkey foot long on white with
On
lettuce,
white? Oh,
tomato.
interesting.
With lettuce, tomato. Yeah, I don't get any of the fancy.
Not
breads.
honey
Just-
oat or Parmesan herbs and cheese.
No cheese.
Parmesan
Yeah,
herb and cheese,
cheddar,
that's where
Swiss,
it's at.
pepper jack, provolone, American.
No cheese. Just turkey on white.
I feel like I'm
foot
about to start
long,
making your sandwich here.
with lettuce, tomato, pickles, and mayonnaise. And that's it. I'm a simple guy.
Okay.
Simple
Do you do
guy.
salt, pepper, oil, vinegar, Parmesan?
Nope.
No. Oh, that's pretty basic. That's basic as fuck. Damn.
And another sandwich I get there is just the same exact thing, but swap out the turkey with tuna, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now you just lost me.
Tuna.
Tuna. I love
Okay.
tuna. Tuna's wonderful.
Hold on.
Oh,
I was trying to wrap my brain around how you like Subway, and then you said you like the tuna from Subway.
tuna
Tuna
is
from Subway is good.
foul.
You're gonna be radioactive in like 5 years. I called
Yeah,
it.
you're gonna be well preserved. You're definitely gonna last.
Some
outlast.
people like would
Subway's
try to do
great.
a tuna melt, and they would do tuna and then toast it, and the entire store would smell like straight up fish after that, and I would fucking gag. That is
Yeah,
gross.
I never toast
I hate
anything
their
at
tuna.
Subway. I just feel like
Oh
if
no,
I'm
I don't
at,
toast anything either. Give it to
yeah,
me
I don't
raw,
see the
baby.
purpose of doing that.
Their tuna's still gross. I remember there were so many customer complaints one day because I made tuna and it was really dry because I hated mayonnaise, so I just made it how I liked it. There wasn't like a specific amount, and so like every customer complained that it was too dry, and I was like, "Fuck them! They're stupid. That's how it's supposed to be made."
What
I was
else?
like 18,
Oh,
so
you know what's great right now? McDonald's got the McRib back. Gotta eat the McRib when it's back. The McRib's wonderful. You
Oh,
guys
they
eat it?
really?
God, guys, as the resident
Yeah.
Middle Eastern person, I would like to just say that we're still boycotting McDonald's.
Yes,
Stick
thank
with
you.
the tuna at Subway, Matt, please.
All right, fine. I'll stick with the tuna at Subway, but I did have to get a McRib because that's only here for a limited time, and so I need.
Oh, you think you can boycott us? Joke's on you. The
It's
McRib is
not
back,
even
baby.
It's not even a real rib, though. Like,
No, it's
Of course it's not.
to a rib.
That's why you're at
I-
McDonald's.
No, I don't.
If you want
that's why
real
it's
ribs,
called
you're not
the
going to McDonald's.
McRib.
McRib.
Listen, I'm under no like dip. Like it's not like I'm eating this food thinking like it's good for me. I know exactly what I'm eating.
Yes, you're eating as if America has free healthcare, bro. Like, this is crazy.
No, but
I'm
that's my
eating-
point, Matt. You know you're eating junk, but you might as well eat delicious junk. You're choosing like
Oh,
the bottom of the
I am
barrel
eating
here.
delicious junk. Subway
You
sandwiches
live
and
in New York.
McRibs. They're
But so many other
beautiful. I love
chains,
them.
though. The best food in the world is there. This blows my mind.
Oh,
Go
I
to
eat all the
bodegas.
food. Listen, I eat all the food. It's not like I'm except cheese. I don't eat cheese. Cheese is horrible. Ugh, oh my god.
Really? I love
Um,
cheese.
But like, listen, I always use this as an example.
I am
We
so
got the best
perplexed
pizza
by your
places.
palate.
We got the best pizza places in New York. You get the best pizza in New York. There's a number of wonderful pizza places I go to, like real pizzerias.
Like
But also-
Domino's.
But also, no, like real pizzerias.
Panago?
Real pizzerias. No, real ones. Like the
Boston
ones that offer
Pizza?
the ones
like
that get like the
Domino's,
best
don't at me.
pizza awards and things like that. But listen, sometimes you're just in the mood for a fucking Papa John's or Domino's pizza. It is what it is.
See, and you leave out Domino's, but you mentioned Papa John's, the racist.
No, he said Domino's.
No, I said Domino's and Papa John's.
Oh, you
No,
did?
yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I heard
He
Papa
likes
John's.
Papa John's for the racism, but the Domino's for the
I
flavor.
see.
Yeah.
Right.
The racism
I like
makes it
Papa
taste a little
John's
bit
for the
better.
racism,
Apparently.
and the Domino's for the. Oh my God, what was the Domino's guy called? The weird guy.
There's a
The- was it
Domino's
the-
guy?
The Gooner or something. What was his
The
name?
Gooner?
That is
The Noid? Are you thinking of the Noid? Is that
The Noid, yes.
The Noid?
Oh, that's a
Gooner.
millennial
Domino's
throwback.
that was Panago, wasn't it? I can't remember.
Remember the
The
Noid at all?
Noid, man. I go to Papa John's for
I
the
love how we
racism and
have
Domino's for the Noid. The Gooner. I'm
I
gonna start a
love how we
restaurant.
have
I'm gonna
so
start a
many
fast food chain. and
Oh,
have a
that
mascot
guy. I
called
remember
the
that
What were you saying, Ariana?
Avoid the
I love
Gooner.
how we have so many pressing issues in the world, and
I
we're
know.
talking about Matt Binder's food palette.
Dietary.
This is our escape from the reality of the world. That's why I'm here personally. I'm here to
Yeah.
escape.
Yeah, did you
Yeah,
also if we're
you're
still
here-
trying to distract ourselves,
If you're here for substantive content, Ariana, shall I show you the directions to the first hour of the Majority Report? Because this show is the 8:30 p.m. morning
No.
zoo. this is like the opening.
Yeah, let me direct you
First
to
of
my
all-
actual videos.
first of all,
This
I
is
don't
the
watch
live stream.
grifters.
Nothing good
I
happens
don't
here.
watch grifters. Okay.
Oh,
Second of
shot
all,
fired.
that was a joke. That was a joke, guys. That was a joke.
Well,
she
being that
wasn't
she brought it
joking.
up-
Get her. No, I'm
being
just kidding.
being that she brought it up, I guess I should ask, do we have anything, any new content to fill our weekly TYT critique segment?
Oh my god, Anna! I'm sorry, Anna made the
Well,
most.
Anna's
Oh, we
tweet.
do.
annoyingest-
I was
Yeah.
joking when I said it. We actually
Ariana
do have
fucking
something
clapped her
more-
today.
Okay,
That was a great
never
response.
mind.
Oh, you
Yeah.
clapped Anna,
Anna, if you see
Ariana?
this, oh,
Mhm.
well, I didn't ratio her, but I did respond to her tweet because it pissed me the fuck off. But since you were joking, we're not going to get into that. It's just same old stuff, you know.
No,
Nothing
yeah,
new.
no.
No, let's
openly,
get into
yeah.
it. We
Well,
want
I am
people-
curious
It
now.
would be really
People
hard
love
for you to
it.
ratio her because she's got like the X, the everything app powers now, like Jank, and she got like 43,000 likes. She basically blamed the California wildfires on like homeless org
Funding.
supporting like funding and saying that there's like miscreants on the street and all the money was wasted and that's why the
What?
fires were raging. Yeah, I know. I was like, I don't know
So-
how you found a way to make this about homeless people, but you did. How? Like, how does your brain
Wow.
do that? Where you're like,
No.
"It's fucking the pores.
They should maybe ask themselves, why are my tweets going
It's
so
actually
viral once the Nazis
diabolical,
took over
like
Twitter?
diabolical.
Isn't that
Because
weird?
I'm gonna send a chart. No, literally, I am going to send a chart into the private chat, but I'm going to mute myself so you guys don't hear all of my clicks in the background. But there is literally a chart that shows you how much money is going to every single government, office in LA, and her tweet looks fucking stupid when you actually look at the stats. But let me send it to you right now.
$13 billion to the LAPD. I bet you was okay with that. In the fact that of all the
Right.
slashes, it went up by $128 million. I bet you didn't have a problem with that one. That one's pretty.
Yeah, is
cute.
that not a waste of money that could be
Yeah.
directed into many?
And that's why
Well,
homelessness
Ariana's
is
bringing that
solved in LA, right? Because of the cops.
Right.
Yeah,
More
yeah.
cops will make it go away. We've learned that
Yeah,
for sure.
fires comply. That's all you can say.
Yeah.
Like the Daily Wire, and like Ben Shapiro, they all started talking about how there's some apparently huge amount of money that got diverted into progressive, woke, pro LGBTQ plus stuff, and they published stories about it, and that's why like all the money was diverted. I ran the numbers. It's about $400,000 went into their progressive policies, and that's after the budget was slashed. So once again, it's a drop in the bucket compared to the, like $128 million for the LAPD or whatever their budget
Jeez.
increased by. Yeah, it's all a distraction. It's all just nonsense.
David, are you pulling up hers or do you want
Oh,
me
I
to
see the
read
link
it?
now. Okay, I'll bring
Oh,
it up.
okay. I wasn't sure.
You want to read
So
that?
you have to
What's
click
going
on the
Why
graph.
why did you just get really quiet?
So that graph shows you everything you need to know.
I can't really read
Look
it.
at that
It's small.
police bar at the top. Police is at the top.
So let me just say the basics. Police is at the top with over 120 million budget every single year. That's without. So in 2023, the city council in LA by 12 to 13 passed a $1 billion budget that was going to get thrown at the police department over the course of 4 years. So this is not that extra money that's going to go into raises and bonuses. This is just their yearly budget. Their yearly budget is over $120 million. But then if you look at the bottom two, the one that's right before the most bottom one is the fire department.
Wow. Seems like that's a bad idea.
Yeah, you don't say.
Wow.
And this notion that, oh, we spent all of our money on nonprofits that help homeless people, this chart is so basic and it completely debunks that, because LA is spending all of their money on police. And this just like scratches the surface. There are a bunch of other bills and things that they've passed that gives them money as well that's outside of this chart in their yearly budget.
But
Can
but
we
wait,
see
Ariana, I see the civil human rights and equity got negative 76,000, but I thought wokeness was the cause of all the problems. They put all their money into woke, but then that's the woke program, and yet it got slashed. The math don't math. I think this is fake news.
I will say it's always amazing how there's so much funding talk about the police and you never hear anything about like the fire departments. Like even if they are getting funded, nowhere near as much as the police though. Like think about all the things that the fire department actually covers. Like they cover a large range of general public safety and public service resources in terms of like they don't just fight fires, the electrical issues, any sort of any sort of thing that needs any emergency. There's the fire department over to the police usually show up. They cover a range of things, but no one ever talks about what their needs as much as the police.
I have your response to
Because a car accident, the firefighters are the one who come with the what is it, the jaws of life or whatever if necessary. They're the ones who deal with that. They're the ones who do all those things, and you just don't hear about. I mean, I would say the firefighters probably service the city, whatever city they're in,
And they're
way more
sexier.
on the daily than police do.
No, I used to work at the Wildfire Safety Operations Center for PG&E, which is it's actually the biggest electric and gas company in this part of the US. And so I used to be their comms operator, and I worked with every single firefighter you can imagine, from the feds who are forestry hotshots to CAL FIRE to local fire. And you are so right, Matt, because most of the times when there's a car accident, the police are just standing there. The cops are the ones that pull up. They're the ones that clean up the blood. They're the ones that, the paramedics with the police, with the fire are the ones who actually attend to the people. Or if someone is having like a nervous mental health breakdown, it's the police and the paramedics that go to help them. Or a cat is stuck in the roof, or there's a call for an old person that's stuck. Like, they do so many. Yes, the firefighters, exactly, the firefighters. Yeah. Sorry if I misspoke, but they do so much work, and the fact that their funding is so
disproportionate,
low, especially for a city like LA, which is so overpopulated, it's really worrisome. It's very disproportionate. At the very least, it could be the same, right? At least that would make sense. But for it to be so much higher than the fire department and the paramedics, that's really sad, and it's super worrisome too, just on a safety perspective.
Yeah. I pulled up your response as well as Anna's here. CA and especially LA is controlled by Democrats. They are responsible, and we're passing the buck. Our mayor, who was in Ghana as fires exploded in our city, cut the fire budget by 17 million. Endless amounts of money funneled to bullshit, scammer, homeless nonprofits. We're the highest taxed, yet we have encampments and squalor everywhere.
Squalor.
Even worse, we don't have enough firefighters to respond to the absolute disaster we're experiencing right now. Rather than conserve the record rain we got last year, we just drained it into the ocean. We are a failing city run by a sick excuse for a local government. You want to radicalize people against the modern Democratic Party? Send them to LA. And then Ariana clapped back saying, LOL, never mind the $1 billion extra they approved for police raises and bonuses in 2023. Never mind the millions in increase for police budgeting. Yes, blame it on the nonprofits that help homeless people. Be so fucking for real. Damn, Ariana, good job. I like that.
She makes me mad. She triggers me.
I mean, there's so many complexities around putting out these fires, though, that it's not just one thing. That, like, does she really think the issue is that they don't have enough, like, like the only issue, I should say, they don't have enough water? Like, I'm sure I'm sure water conservation is a huge issue, and I'm sure fighting the fires uses up a lot of water. But there's also the whole issue of getting the water where it needs to be, and it's not like it's not like these fires are happening. Like if a fire happens in New York City, the fire truck just drive down the street, pull up in front of the building, and put it out. These are fires that are happening in areas where vehicles or people cannot walk up to and just start spraying with a hose. I mean, you see the videos of these aircrafts having to come and drop the water on the fire, which adds another layer of complexity because the aim for that must be extremely different. Like, you have to be good at doing that specific task and make sure that water is dropped at the exact proper location where it will actually hit the fire. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into this. It's very complex.
In British Columbia, we have a very, very advanced and well-funded firefighting program. And these things, once they get out of control, there's only so much humans can do. Even if you have all of the funding, even if you have the infrastructure, even if you're prepared and you know it's coming, like at the end of the day, the overlying issue here is climate change. Like there's nothing that's going to be a larger cause to this problem than that. Everything else would have mitigated it, right? Like if that billionaire couple hadn't been, using that obscene amount of privatization water resources, probably could have helped. If the firefighters hadn't had their budget slashed, probably could have helped. If people had, extra time to have been getting out, probably could have helped. But that's just mitigating a problem that overwhelmingly is climate change, like above all. And she doesn't even mention that in it, right? The whole thing is catered towards Republicans.
They're talking about this like there's something
winds
that
of
could have
100
been done.
miles per hour.
Yeah,
right.
8 months of drought.
They're talking about this like there's something the firefighters could have done to proactively stop this before it started. That's just not how it works. I mean, if you want to proactively stop this, you deal with the climate change issue. I mean, but they don't want to do that.
Or talk about it, or even bring it up.
It's also bizarre to think like California politics are the reason for the wildfire. Like climate change is a global issue. Like it's going to affect different regions differently. It's not just as if California had the perfect politicians, then everything's solved. No, how about the rest of the country? How about the rest of the world? Like it's just it's an issue that's a global one.
I will say though, I do feel like California. Oh, I'm sorry, Mike.
No, I just said yeah. Go ahead.
I do feel like California could have done. I feel like LA did drop the ball in this situation. Like, I do agree. I 100%, especially as someone that worked on fires, I totally agree. 100 miles per hour wind with all the embers flying everywhere, dry vegetation, dry air, right? There's no humidity in the air. That's all the perfect storm for a fire. But also, they spent so much money on policing. I don't even know what the hell, like, what are the police doing now? Arresting looters? Okay, cool.
Did you see the video?
Shooting
Did you see the video of that attorney general who was standing in front of the embers? He's like, "We're gonna stop looting. Make sure no one loots. Yeah, loot the ashes. Loot the ashes. Like, what are you talking about?" Like,
wait, that's what the right's running with. They're gonna deal with the looters. This isn't like
no, that's what I think he was. Was he the attorney general? Let me pull up the video. It's absolutely grotesque.
Yeah,
but
sure.
No,
what is
not a
there
right
to loot?
runner.
It's all being burnt to ash. Like what's
I
there to
know,
loot?
and he's standing in front of ash as he says it.
He's like, we're gonna prosecute every okay, dude. And then not only that, but the fire hydrants as well, they ran out of water. A lot of people think it's the rich couple's fault, which partially yes, but also the infrastructure in LA hadn't been updated in so long that it was actually a water pressure issue. they were using too much water, and the pressure, it has to do with the pressure and the water basins that they have, but essentially they were using so much water and the pressure wasn't allowing it to fill up in time. And so when we're talking about from an infrastructure perspective to an over policing perspective to just the sheer fact, I mean, I just saw a tweet from a woman, obviously I haven't independently verified this, but she said that the allegedly the LA, you know, government had reached out to her and was like, hey, can we use the masks that you're crowdfunding and through mutual aid? And it's like, if that's actually true, and you know, the mayor's office or whoever's office reached out and was like, hey, can we use your masks that you're crowdfunding for old people and people with respiratory issues? This is a disaster. And it kind of reminds me of COVID. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, we couldn't do much to prevent COVID. Obviously it spread everywhere, but we could have done more to mitigate the impacts of it. And I just think they totally dropped the ball when it came to that.
I put it in the chat. It's the LA district attorney.
I'll bring it up.
And just FYI, Rebecca isn't here tonight. She was going to show up earlier, but there is a state of emergency issued in Georgia because on the other side of the country, there is ice and snow. It's just, there's chaos everywhere.
Go ahead. So I'm here in Pacific
Millennial
Palisades
pause, right,
at the
Ariana?
I know, right? Go
Street,
ahead.
My sister's home. She's lived here for a while, a long time with her family, and now this home, along with the homes in this street and this neighborhood, are just gone. I've been here for over 60 years. I've not seen devastation like this in my lifetime. I mean, you have to harken back to the 1990s when we were hit with the floods and the fires and the earthquakes and the riots to even get close to this. Now, I'm absolutely convinced that LA is incredibly resilient, and like it's done many, many times before, Angelenos will come back and build this back better than ever. But for the people who are thinking, the criminals who are out there thinking about taking advantage of this situation through looting or through scams or over the internet and preying on vulnerable victims, let me make it quite clear what's going to happen. The DA's office, working with law enforcement, is going to arrest you, they're going to prosecute you, and you will be punished to the full extent of the law. That's a promise.
The only tool you have is a hammer, essentially. Like, that's all you need to know how to do. Is basically like, and if any criminals think of doing crimey crimes,
Yeah, I was just gonna say
stop
that.
You,
yeah,
know?
when your only tool is a hammer, that you see everything as a nail. Like this is just how he thinks of every issue. It's just like, got to stop the looters that are not here, nothing happening, but that's the problem. Like,
inevitably.
Wow.
The police need more money, by
fucking
the way.
room, man. Yeah, it's like people don't need to hear you fucking being tough on crime, acting like a big shot right now. Just shut the fuck up and be a leader. Step up.
Unless he wants to go after those predatory insurance companies that fucked everyone over, that would be nice.
That's the crime.
right?
Yeah,
that's the actual crime.
There's a crime.
Also, I'm just kind of dead that there's literally like nothing behind him. He's just
I know.
like, what if people
Lord
are
of
gonna
Ashton
move
does
by?
it.
What are they gonna take?
And they couldn't even pause. They couldn't
The
even
palms
cut out
off the
first
charred
part.
trees.
Yeah.
No, literally.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, go, and he's just like, right now. No. Oh my god, it's so embarrassing.
Any of you dangerous minorities thinking of stealing what's behind me, don't you dare come to my town.
Don't you dare take this dust.
Yeah.
It's exhausting because there's just every single thing is politicized. Everything is turned into a spectacle when it's already a spectacle enough. And there's just never like there's no sense of community ever. It's just always division. And David's video today was so good. Everybody go watch that about the Republicans that were well, it pissed me off, but it was great because your commentary was amazing. But like the way that this is being spun by some people, like libs of TikTok, Elon Musk, as it's DEI, that's why it's happening, not because of climate change. It's so infuriating. Like everything that happens, there's some stupid angle. Like the movie Don't Look Up. Like I'm convinced that if there was an asteroid, there would be people that's like, I'm supporting the jobs that the asteroid would create. It literally in America, like they would unironically support the asteroid. Because that's just what our politics is. It's idiocracy. It's nonstop stupidity and grievance politics. It's so frustrating.
Yep. I mean, I guess that movie missed out on the racism because they probably would have been like, if you question the asteroid, then you're trying to say that like non-white asteroid stoppers don't get jobs or something.
Yeah,
like that.
true.
Did you see what Matt Walsh put out there? He's like, this was the fault of having non-white firefighters not getting job applications and stuff like that. I was like, what does melanin change here? How can
Not
you
to
make
mention,
your
like,
brain
none
work
of these
that
guys
way?
mentioned that fire departments are having a hard time like filling positions. Like, part of
Mm-hmm.
the reason to reach out is to tell people, hey, you don't just have to be a man to fill this job. Like, you could, like, it's the whole point is to increase the amount of firefighters that exist. But like,
Absolutely.
they're looking at it as like, oh no, that's the reason why the fire is bad, because a lesbian woman led the fire department. Like, what the fuck? That lady, by the way, is like a 22-year veteran who saved like 8 people's lives during the other fire, or like
Wow,
a few years ago. Like her and her wife. Like it's so wild. Like this goes again to the idea, like, when all you have is a hammer, everything is a nail. Like, this is just their answer to everything. Like, oh, it must be the DEI. It can't be the actual underlying problem here, which is the climate crisis and capitalism and the fossil fuel industry.
We can never
Oh my
talk about
God.
that. It's always
The
got to be
fossil
distractions.
Yeah, no, I agree. Also, firefighting has been historically not a very diverse field. Even in the department that I worked in, I worked with 60 firefighters on a daily basis. I was the only woman of color, and there was one guy that was
Jesus
a man of
Christ.
color out of all the 60 people. And I wasn't even a firefighter. He was the only one that came from a firefighter pass into the department. And then all the chiefs and everything on the field that I would talk to were all white cis men. So this whole notion that, oh, if you would have hired more white men, like, it's always been white men. Even if you look at the stats right now, it's still majority white men. It's a huge problem when it comes to firefighting, and they're trying to make it more diverse. So that's just kind of sad to say that.
Yeah, that is.
I don't know. You see a lot of diversity in firefighters around here. You got firefighters with big mustaches, firefighters with handlebar mustaches, firefighters with thick mustaches, thin mustaches.
There's bears,
tobacco.
twinks, otters. You get it all.
By the way, speaking of people wanting to be firefighters or whatever, did you see there was a clip of David Muir, I think from ABC News, where he was reporting, and then he turned around and he clipped his firefighter coat that he was wearing, so that way his jacket would fit him perfectly, and you could show off his pecs and muscles. It's so
I saw
fucking-
that. It is so embarrassing.
Yeah, like, bro.
Wait,
Like,
can we
this
play
guy,
it?
this guy's
Can we
concerned
play
about
it?
having a fitted firefighter's jacket while covering like a fucking wildfire. It's so. Let me see if I can find it. It's so just. It shows how in their own head these people are.
And like clipped it in the laziest way too.
Well, maybe he's trying to find love, you know?
As you can see here behind me, it's been completely wiped
Look.
away. There are
Look at it.
multiple buildings here. This is where the community was
So embarrassing.
Bro, come
to do
on.
that. Oh my god.
Okay, let's find this disaster spot. Okay, do I look good? Okay, actually, I want my tits to stick out a little bit more. Can we clip it?
Maybe he was just
Gotta show my
drying
pecs
his
through this
jacket after
firefighter's
a
jacket.
good wash, and he forgot to take the the laundry pins off. Okay,
I just
guys.
can't with these people. My God. Well, super chats.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. Super chat.
I know everybody's tired.
I had planned to get out here.
Wait,
like
last question, mostly for the Americans. What were your thoughts on Obama and Trump being frenzies today?
Oh my God.
Least surprising thing ever.
At the same time, it's like it's Jimmy Carter's funeral. Like, what is he gonna do? Like, fuck you. Like, what's he gonna fucking do?
Yeah, that's exactly what
He's
he's
sitting
gonna do.
beside him. Honestly,
it's
that
Hit-
bothers
it's
me.
Hitler
That
too.
bothers me
It's
less
Hitler
than like
too.
what
You
Obama
hold the
actually
middle finger
did
out
or
the
didn't
whole
do while
time.
president.
You backhand him, all that shit.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Definitely.
I don't, to me, it's a little overblown. Like there are worse issues than how he's sitting. How he's first of all, he probably didn't choose that spot. They're sat together for whatever reason. He's got to fucking deal with him.
Then
So
you
it's
fart.
just-
You do whatever you got to do.
Maybe he did. We don't know.
you
improvise.
the moment.
You're
I just
sitting
think
next to
they're like
Trump, you shit your
legitimate.
pants.
There are legitimate, obvious
Yeah, you
criticisms
shit
of
yourself.
Obama
You do whatever you
that are
gotta do.
necessary and good. That I
I
feel
would
like
say
it
the more
distracts when we talk about like, oh, he's laughing beside him. Who cares?
The more amazing moment was because maybe Obama and Trump have talked shit about each other, but the more amazing one is Mike Pence shaking Trump's hand for the first time.
I didn't see
after
that.
Trump tried to have him killed.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Well,
Was there decorum?
Mike Pence's wife just like sat there and was like,
Yeah,
Fuck,
she's just
like,
sitting
no.
there. It's like not like ignoring them, and Trump and Melania come over and shake Mike Pence's hand. Yeah, and Mike
I
Pence
saw
shakes.
liberals were
He-
sharing the clip of George W. Bush kind of snubbing Trump and like tapping Obama's stomach, like, oh, he just owned him. And I forgot which, I think it was Defiant Dad or whatever. He's like, I could watch this all day of Bush like
Brooklyn.
snubbing.
Ugh.
I'm like, girl,
Worst
that's
live
not
account.
that. It's not like there's nothing going on there. This is
Yeah,
what gets
I
you
know.
off.
Brooklyn
George
Dad
W.
defied on
Bush
Twitter,
snubbing.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. George
he's
W.
rough.
Bush snubbing Trump, like they're the same, like
He's-
they're all evil.
That's the same guy who was like, MAGA is destroyed when Hillary Clinton got the Medal of Honor. I was like, how? They
Oh my
control
Wait, he
every
said that?
level of power. Everything. They won. They won Monopoly. They have the whole board. How the fuck are you taking this as a win? Like MAGA.
He actually
cheers,
said
bro.
that?
Oh yeah.
Does anybody care
Oh,
about
no,
the Medal
he's-
of Honor?
He's insufferable. Like he's
Yeah, he is.
genuinely insufferable. I hope he sees this because I know
Me
that
too.
man is Middle Eastern. He has not said a goddamn word about Palestine. He hasn't
Really?
said shit. I knew he
Mhm.
was at the DNC. I was waiting to run into him so I could confront him very nicely. Don't worry, I wasn't.
You were gonna
throw
fight him,
hands
weren't
or
you?
anything. No, I wasn't gonna fight him. I was just gonna be like, dude, what the fuck?
You were
Um,
about to assault him like
and
Mike on a senior
no.
citizen.
You were
I
gonna be
don't
super,
care.
you were
It's
gonna be
not
super
worth
nice, and
that.
there's gonna be a video of it, and people be like, "Oh my god, look how nice she's being to him. How
No,
dare
he's
she?"
not worth that. He's not worth that. No, I would have confronted him because he's Middle Eastern. He hasn't said a word about Palestine. He's very neoliberal coded. Everything. Oh my God. Do you guys know who
Is it
Victor
coded?
She
I think
is?
it's just like overt.
Yes.
I'm a Gen
Yeah,
Z.
that's true.
Okay, thank you. Just let me have my.
I know
lingo.
who Victor She is. Yeah.
Okay, so he was going on a tirade today on Twitter and Threads, and he was like, "The LAPD didn't defund that. Excuse me, the city of LA didn't defund local fire. You guys are all wrong." Basically, doing a bunch of PR damage for Mayor Bass, right? And everyone was in the comments. They were like, "Hey, this has been fact checked. This has been fact checked. This is wrong. You're spreading misinformation." And he ended up getting a community note on Twitter, and then Elon Musk roasted him. So
Really?
yeah,
Oh.
Damn. Did you?
Like,
Speaking
listen,
of people on
you
Twitter,
need to, even if you are the most like loyal in the world Democrat, you gotta be able to fucking call them out when they are wrong. Like, come on,
right? I
Like,
mean,
Yeah.
my
Jesus.
God, like
I can't handle that team sports bullshit where it's like, no, you know what? It's my team. They can never do no wrong, or there's never a reason to criticize them because Republicans are worse. Okay,
Well,
yeah, Republicans are worse, but you can criticize them and you should criticize them. Otherwise, they're always going to be shitty.
Mike, what if they offered you a chance to get a photo with the president, your president, Joe Biden, and you can shake his fucking genocidal
Well,
hand
look-
and smile and fucking
Look
you can
at what's
post
his
it on the
face.
social media?
Oh, I would do that in a heartbeat and be so proud of it.
speaking of the medals, like you're talking about with Hillary, who is that celebrity chef again? Jose.
oh yeah,
He
World Chef.
fucking went. He fucking went and accepted the I don't know if it was the same medal as Hillary, but a high honored medal too. And listen, I get if you feel like this is an opportunity where you have to go take it, but you can't fucking go as that guy and not say something or bring up that Joe Biden has been behind and supported what Israel did to your organization and the people you knew and trusted you in real life and were killed by Israel, by the IDF.
yeah. He
Yeah,
didn't
it's
say
gross.
anything.
It's
Also-
disgusting.
Hey,
Biden
let me
wouldn't
just say, the
invite
GOAT-
anybody that would criticize him. So
The GOAT, Lionel Messi, did not show up to receive his medal.
Period.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I from experience, I will tell you that anyone that's remotely critical of this administration in a way where it's actually impactful. I'm not talking about the people who are liberal and then they'll make one quote, or excuse me, they'll make one tweet and then they'll go back to being liberal. I'm not talking about those people. The people who are actually, holding them accountable, they don't get invited to the White House. They don't get
Yeah.
to shake his hand. I was one of those creators that was blacklisted. I mean, they put in so much funding for creators. They had content houses where all these creators would make content together and they would party in these
That sounds
Airbnbs
so
for a
cringeworthy.
week.
Yeah, that
In
sounds
all
like
of the swing
cringiest
states,
party ever.
by the way. Yeah, and it's like I was not invited. It's
Hey, would you have
interesting.
gone though? Would you have
No,
gone?
well, you know what? I was getting. Listen,
Because you get
I'm not-
access.
It's about like I think okay, first of all, it's FOMO because I'm like, okay, but also it's like it kind of like it's hard not to reflect on yourself and be like, was I not worth it, or was it because I spoke out? And you know deep down it's because you spoke out, but then a part of you is like, should I change? Like, is my content good? Is it not resonating? But then I talked to some of the agencies and they were like, yeah, we tried to put you up. They were not having it. They did not want anyone that was even remotely critical of this administration. So, I mean, that's why we
Hey,
lost.
Ariana, you're invited to Genocide Joe's Summer Bash.
Yeah, just take it this way, Ariana. If you don't get invited, that is evidence that you're actually speaking truth to power, because they're not going to invite you if
and you have a soul and you're a good person.
Yeah,
and you don't have to live the
exactly.
rest of your life knowing you shook a genocide supporting fucking freak of nature. Like, that is so gross to me that we know people
so
who are like
gross,
fucking
yeah.
taking photos with him, taking photos
Yeah.
after everything. Like, when we're this far in, I don't know.
Well, you know,
Was
you get
Pac-Man
oh
there
my God.
too?
That's who I'm talking about.
Yeah. You know, he also was during the I think it was the first hospital bombing. There was, you know, that big kerfuffle on Twitter, and it was like, no, it came from a militant group. It wasn't Israel. And David Pakman roasted people for saying that it was Israel that did it. And then, like, what? How many hospitals later? Not a peep.
Yeah, I know.
And he's just one person who did that. Like, nobody corrected the record. Nobody talked about the other hospitals that were banned, even though they said it was preposterous to assume that, you know, Israel would bomb a hospital. Well, after they bombed so many hospitals, anything? Like, don't think we didn't forget anything.
Listen, I
no,
think
no, and that's why he got invited. So that's.
I think we all misheard. I think their big hang up was that Israel would have never bombed that exact specific hospital. All the other ones, they never said anything about that.
An important caveat.
Right.
Yeah, it's things are bleak. But you know what?
Not
We've still
super
got
chats?
movies and video games.
Oh, David just did a little goodbye there.
He said he was gonna go ghost.
Yeah, he wasn't feeling very
Oh,
good.
I
Yeah,
didn't
he
know
said
he
he
was
was,
gonna- oh, yeah, he was
possibly
sick.
He said he
gonna.
was gonna go ghost.
All right, you guys want to start the super chats?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Let's get it started.
Do we want to go one by one, or do we want to? Let me see.
I don't have a lot. I could read them while you're queuing them up. I have like 3.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Rachel Atwood, thank you so much for the $5. A Pizza Hut, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and a Pizza Hut. McDonald's, Pizza Hut. We were talking a lot about fast food. I assume that's what that's about, or you're getting hungry. But either way, thank you.
By the way, we should disclose this show is sponsored by McDonald's and Pizza Hut.
And Starbucks.
Yum. Right. Yeah, this is
And Sabra Hummus.
I appreciate everyone for the support. It's gotten us a sponsorship from McDonald's and Subway.
Sparks, thank you for the $10. They probably want Greenland for the rare earth minerals and to secure the Arctic shipping lanes as the glaciers melt. I would say the securing of the Arctic shipping lanes. Also, I think Trump just likes pictures and it's big on maps. So he's like large, big thing. I like that. And finally, Looney Tunes, thank you for the $4.99. Dr. Jordan B. Peterson, Anna and Jank, welcome to the Daily Wire Show. First question, will you confirm your two right-wingers? I mean, at this point, all I got to say is if you think that you have more in common with Charlie Kirk and you want to have a beer with him than Sam Cedar, then you've lost the plot. That's about it. That's all I can say.
Oh wait, also can I
Also,
just
you're
say
a
something?
huge loser to want to hang out with Charlie.
Period. I don't know if you guys talked about this already. Did we talk about Georgia and the freeze that's coming?
No, I just mentioned it really quick so people know about Rebecca's situation.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why Rebecca isn't here for anyone who just tuned in late.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit.
Yeah. I feel like if you guys want, you guys should cash app her or something because she just had to go buy fuel and a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
Only if
that's
you guys
true.
want to the
I could put a
viewers.
Throw up her thing.
That's a great idea.
Everyone dig in deep. Rebecca needs cash. She is fleeing. It's $ Becca's voice, $ Becca's voice on Cash App. Go send
Can we just
Rebecca
put hers up?
love. In the form of Cash App. Go Cash
Let me
App.
create a new one really quick.
Yeah.
Stop giving money to Matt Binder. Any money you were about to give to Matt Binder in any form, way, shape.
No,
do
literally,
not do
this
that.
man is on for
Yeah.
an hour talking about his
Don't
super
do that.
chats.
Yeah,
Give to Rebecca and Matt Binder. That's
For his Subway.
Robin Hood,
Subway
Matt Binder.
sandwich.
Yeah, it'll keep him healthy. He can't buy Subway anymore. Give it to Rebecca.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that real quick while we're going through the super chats because Rebecca did have to go out and buy a bunch of essentials like gas, and she had to go out to a different city to get gas, and we all know that's not cheap. So, you know, if you guys have a couple of dollars to spare, definitely go Cash App her.
Great recommendation. Yeah, good idea.
Give her a little extra so she could pick up a Subway sandwich on the way back home.
Schwillis, thank you for the $2, but send it to Rebecca. It's $ Becca's voice, and you can tell her in the message that you peed yourself. But I appreciate the message that you peed yourself. But send the money. if she needs it.
Why did they pee themselves? What was the? What?
It just says I wanted to say I peed my pants. So I don't know that the mystery will continue, but that's a super chat that should go to $ Becca's voice on Cash App. Go do it.
Yes. Ariana,
All right,
are you
I'm done. Go nuts.
Were your
I
super
don't
chats
think I'm connected, but I can just go through them.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, and then I'll read mine, and then we can go through Matt's. We don't have
Okay.
too much, so we can get out of here pretty quickly.
Cool. Okay, Looney Tunes, my trusted. Before I go into this, I just started a Substack because TikTok is about to get nuked. So your girl was big on TikTok. Yeah, that stream of income is about to get fucking.
That's
You really
so
think it's gonna
sad.
happen? You really think it's gonna happen?
On the 19th, they announced it today.
Apparently,
He
the Canadian
announced it
Shark Tank
today.
guy is buying it. He already said he's just securing the last piece of funding.
Well, I don't know. Either way, it's not looking too hot. So I did start my Substack. I come out with articles every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's literally just www.arianajasmine.com. That's it. Like www.arianajasmine.com. It's totally free. Thank you. It's totally free. But if you want to support the Substack, you can do it for only $5 a month. So totally up to you. If you can't do it, you can still subscribe for free. So definitely come through. I write articles 3 days a week because I'm about to get my TikTok nuked. Anyways, Looney Tunes.
Sorry.
It's okay. Yes. Oh, thank you for pulling it up. Looney Tunes, you are such a great moderator. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the $5. Yes, I can't wait for your Twitch subs. Thank you so much. Andrew, stay safe, everyone. Thank you so much. I am fortunately in the Bay Area. So I'm not close to the fires, but yes, I hope everyone stays safe. Missing Futures. I have a channel. This is a shameless plug looking to hit double digits subscribers numbers in 2025. Okay, everyone, go subscribe to Missing Futures. If they're
Wait, check out what the content is first. Do you know what it is first? Because this has happened to me before, and it was a really fucked up channel. So just check out the content before you plug it. But
I was about to say, if it's a Republican or it's fucked up,
I'll check really quick. Missing Futures.
Let me check really quick.
And then I will confirm.
Because I'm someone that would get bamboozled by that, to be honest.
We don't want to promote Missing Futures until we check out Missing Futures first. We don't want to say anything about Missing Futures on air before going to Missing Futures' YouTube channel. Just to be safe, folks.
A lot of stuff about woke.
Oh, God.
Yeah, woke is in every title.
Okay,
Yeah.
well...
The Wokeatel, Woke Legs, Woke in Law, Civil Woke, Woke Midnight, the most woke year, an analysis of woke.
I see enough woke stuff that I'm a little bit not sure if you're being ironic or serious, so I'm not going to recommend, unfortunately.
Okay, well, either way, thank you so much for the $5.
I don't want to watch Woke Legs, though. I'm curious.
Woke Legs, yeah.
I think they're legitimate. They're just being like tongue in cheek about the titles and everything. They're not
Not woke
anti-woke.
legs.
Yeah.
I'm dead. Rachel, happy to be here with Ariana and the rest of y'all. Watermelon, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm so happy you're here too. Sorry I came on late. I had to go to the gym. I felt like my brain was rotting. Chris, $2. Never underestimate the ambition of imperialists. I totally agree with you. Kowalski, $5. Thank you so much. I know I say it every year, but this year I mean it. This year I find Bigfoot. If we have to deal with all the existential dread, so does he. You know what? You might be able to find him because he probably had to run from the fires. Andrew S., $5. Oh, yeah, the Pizzagate guy was shot today. What?
Yes,
the guy who
it's
stormed.
It's unclear what happened, but the guy who stormed Comet Pizza in 2016 with the gun and held everybody up, he was pulled over somewhere, and there was an altercation with police, and he has been killed.
No shit.
So who knows what he was doing this time around? Who knows what the police did wrong as well? But the guy who brought the gun to Comet Pizza to look for the kids in the basement has been killed in a altercation with the police. It's one of those things where nobody wins and nobody loses, right? I mean, it's just
That's crazy.
That's okay. Well, Mike, you asked for another cool death, so there you have it.
Damn, you all are savage. I would typically say this about like people with power or people. Oh no, whatever. I mean, people die every single day. You know what I mean in this country, so in the world. And what are you gonna do?
Yeah, Spam Tana, hey, Ari, big fan. Spam, I love you. Thank you so much. LA, politics is fucked up. LAPD covering for Bass. The disaster response is a result of neo-lib rule. Cut everything, melt homeless people. No, I totally agree with you. Like I said, I don't think there was much that they could do because of the winds, but, you know, there was definitely a lot more mitigation that they could have done for sure. Thank you for the $5. Cyber Manifesto, $10 today on TYT. Chank yelled at a subscriber who criticized him for throwing trans people under the bus. I don't think Chank and Anna are coming back. That is just sad. Yeah, I think it's kind of a lost cause at this point, but we still got to call them out, in my opinion, because I feel like they're doing a lot of harm. Okay, Andrew S., $5. Had to spend some time today screaming at people who thought we could use the ocean water to put out the fires. That is actually diabolical. Using ocean wire to take out fires is actually so bad for the environment because it's so detrimental towards the environment. Yeah, terrible idea. Rachel, $5. Thank you so much. 10,000% because you spoke out. You were absolutely worth it. You weren't missing out on shit anyways. Oh, yes, the influencer party houses and swing states. I know. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, that's it. Thank you.
All right. I guess I'll read mine really quickly. Thank you so much to Tin Man, Tyler.
Don't
Hacker,
forget to
and Andrew S. for
unstar
being
them, by the way,
members.
Mike. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you. Reread this, but don't forget to unstar them as you go through. So
Okay.
it'll be quicker. Yep.
Oh, good idea. Good idea. Okay, thank you to Andrew S., Tyler Hackner, and Tim Min for being members for more than a year. 2 years, actually, for Tyler Hackner. And my first super chat here from Taco Facefart, $2. Humanist Report, greater than all other media ever made. Well, thank you so much. I'd have to disagree with that, but I appreciate the kind message. I think some media is better than the Humanist Report. Not much of it. But thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Next one here is from Ainsley. Thank you for the $20. Incredibly generous. I lost my place. Oh, here we go. Okay. Sorry, Ainsley. Here, Mike. Now you owe me a guest appearance on Timcast LOL. You should talk to Tim about things like capitalism, climate change, and who knows, maybe even AI. Also, Matt, I don't have a method for contacting Tim. I'm confused. I'm not the booking agent for Tim, but since you gave me $20, September 24th, be there a day before. He'll put you up, show up, and just say Mike sent you to the compound. Next one here is Bay Photo. Let me see. There's a couple of Bay Photos in here. Let me find the one for me. A lot of these are going to be for David also. So, oh, here we go. So, Bay Photo, family member lost their home in Malibu yesterday. I'm really sorry to hear that. Can't imagine what the insurance situation will be like. Companies have been canceling police policies in UA, I'm assuming, in CA, I'm assuming. It's a real crisis created by greed. Yeah, policies. They could take the police too. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Thank you, Bay Photo. Appreciate that. Okay, the next one is going to be from, and thank you to Donald James and Charlie DeGinmer for being members. Let me see. Next one is from Autistic Goblin. Thank you so much for the member chat. I bet the salt spoon is a proof of concept for future commercial applications. Possibly. The next one is from Patrice Hubbard Bell. Thank you so much for the $20. Very generous. What do you think Trump and Obama were talking about at Jimmy Carter's funeral? Meanwhile, folk out here refusing to shake Kamala's hand. She is over it. She definitely didn't like that chummy-ish after the L she's been constantly taking. Yeah, I saw that video as well. We didn't talk about this, but I don't know if you all saw it, where there was a lady who was being sworn in. I don't know if it was the Senate or the House, and her husband refused to make eye contact with Kamala, and she tried to shake his hand, did not shake her hand. It was very awkward and weird, and the dude was just obviously racist.
I'm not, listen, I don't know what's going on there. He's definitely giving her, like, he's definitely ignoring her or mean mugging her with his facial features, but maybe that's just how he looks. But in a wider shot of that moment, he's holding a cane with his hand.
Okay.
Again, I don't know. So I'm not gonna. You can't tell either way, honestly. But when she reaches out, like, for the handshake, the hand that he would use to shake, he's holding a cane.
Okay. Well, maybe. The vibes were bad though, for sure. Let's see here. So the next one is from Omega. Thank you for the $5, Omega. Hi, Mike. I'm at episode 905 in Wano Arc now. The animation is incredible, and have you played Marvel Rivals yet? It's pretty fun. I am at 1007 in the Wano Arc now. For those who don't know, we're talking about One Piece, the anime that has 1 trillion episodes. I've not played Marvel Rivals. Not really my cup of tea. I'm currently playing Rise of the Ronin. I played Indiana Jones. That was amazing. The next one is Andrea. Thank you for the super sticker. Really appreciate the $50. That's incredibly kind of you. It's a heart with a cheerleader jumping through it and going like this with pom-poms. Really, really kind. Thank you so much. Very, very generous. Let's see. Comrade Junkie. Thank you for the $10. €50. How am I supposed to follow that up? Anyways, I never catch the show live, but I love your channel and just wanted to say that thanks to the Leftist Mafia for introducing me to you. Well, hey, I'm so glad that you found me through the Leftist Mafia. Don't forget to follow all of these other lovely people. They're very good too. Thank you so much. It's a little confusing because the little star to remove the super chat is the same color as the highlight. So
is it really?
Yeah, it is. So it's throwing me off a little bit, but we did read this one. Thank you, Terry, letting us know about Anita Bryant's death. Very, very good news.
R.I.P. Bozo.
R.I.P. Bozo. LeBron, thanks for becoming a member. Appreciate that. We also have Zeitwise. Thank you for the $5.99. Has any one of you met each other in real life once or just virtually? The only one I met was David in real life. I've not met anyone else in real life.
I met
Ariana.
Yeah, we've met each other in real life. That's why our beef goes deep. I'm just kidding.
they fought in real life.
Was that when both of you were getting dragged or J-ragged or J-ragged?
Yeah, the Jamal Bowman get out the vote event.
Right.
We were all a part of J-Reg's plot.
Yep. He do that. Wacky Canadians.
Never trust Canadians.
No.
We need to neutralize that threat and just take them over.
Take them over. No, they got to you too.
I'm just kidding. Okay, the next one here is from Sam. Thank you so much for the member chat, Sam. Good to see you. Did you all hear that disgraced director Brett Ratner is directing a Melania Trump documentary on Amazon? Seems like Me Too is dead. Yeah, I heard about that, and also that Jeff Bezos is throwing like 40 mil towards it or something. I don't know where I saw that. I'm not super in the loop on pop culture news, but yeah, it's disgusting. They're all bending the knee. Them, Mark Zuckerberg, and people who are shitty people like Brett are being rehabilitated. Really, really shit time that we're in right now. Thank you, Chris, for the $2. Famine, war, or evolution. Or revolution, excuse me. Yeah, that's in reference to Scott Galloway. I did a video about him today, and he's a multimillionaire who, like, understands that things need to change, so that way he doesn't get eaten when people eat the rich. But he says, like, income inequality is something that corrects itself, but it's usually corrected by one of three things: famine, war, revolution, and people want a revolution. So yeah. Thanks for that reference. The next one is from Brian, $5. Thank you, Brian. Any words for Jimmy Carter on his day of mourning? I'm a mail carrier, so I got today off work paid. So far as I'm concerned, best president ever.
Wait,
yeah,
are you actually?
Huh?
Are you actually a mail carrier?
No. The person, the chatter said that.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry.
yeah.
I'm so sorry. I thought you were saying I'm a mail carrier. Okay, sorry. I was surprised. I was like, wow, Mike is living a double life.
He wears many hats.
Mike's a mailman. He shows up with them short shorts right to your doorstep.
Right to your
My
door.
Hoochie Daddy shorts. Yeah.
Tells them about socialism, and then
Everybody's
gives them mail.
thirsting. Get attacked by the chihuahuas.
I back the blue. I'm a supporter of our U.S. Postal Service workers, 100%. So,
yeah,
hell yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Jimmy Carter was a president. Thank you so much to Archangel for the $10.
Did no one else catch that? Everyone was delayed there. I just saw what he did right there, right away.
I'm saying a factual ass statement.
You're not wrong. He was indeed a president.
Correct. Archangel, $10. Thank you. I'm hoping, like with the Apple show Severance, once he gets inaugurated on 20 January, my mind blinks out in the I know zone out of life after that date, and then blink back into conscious on 20 January 2029. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. If you haven't seen Severance, amazing show. It's a dystopian workplace show. Very, very good. Second season coming out soon. Highly recommend it. Okay, the next one here is from Saber Sky. Thank you for the $4.99. Wasn't Canada responsible for the Geneva Convention? It doesn't matter because nobody respects it, so they don't get credit anyway. It's just there to make ourselves feel better. Unfortunately, not to be too doomer, but thank you, Nick Johannesson, for the $9.99. Very kind of you. Border Patrol is racially profiling and rounding up Latinos in Kern County, California. This isn't being reported much outside the county. It's really bad. This is a preview of Trump's mass deportation. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. I think that if he really does go through with his mass deportation plan, there's going to be lots of citizens who are caught up in it. There's going to be a lot of racial profiling. If people are deputized to be like pseudo border agents or whatever, you could see a lot of people getting turned in who are completely innocent. It's going to be bad. So yeah, Nick, I think you might be right. I hope that you're wrong, but it's probably a preview of what's to come, unfortunately. The next one here is from Chris Corcoran. Thank you so much for the $5. Have you watched Transformers 1? I think it's a timely film about changing the system. Also, protesters in South Korea fly the Decepticon flag. I have not seen Transformers. I'll wait till it's on streaming or the Pirate Bay. But the protesters in South Korea, I know that there's like a portion of them that are emulating Stop the Steal. Like they're literally printing Stop the Steal and they're wearing red hats. So they're trying to do what Republicans did here. And President Yoon, the guy who tried to declare martial law and was impeached, he's like sounding increasingly Trumpian. So like, look, the stupidity is spreading like a virus around the world. So I apologize on behalf of all Americans. I did not want this to get out, but the whole world is getting our stupid. They're catching our stupid, I should say. Okay, missed opportunity. Excuse me, Stevie, $2 says missed opportunity to rename it to the McRiz. Oh my God, yeah, Stevie, you have brain rot, but that's such a good point. I should have made that. Okay, Tara, thank you for the $2. Nice to see you, Tara. How does he eat pizza if he doesn't like cheese? Good question, Matt.
I like pizza, cheese on pizza. Mozzarella cheese is all right, and on pizza it's great. That's it though.
Interesting. Cyborg Manifesto, $10. Thank you so much. Coffin Watch. Oh my God. Rupert Murdoch, 93. Chuck Grassley, 91. Charles Koch, 89. Nancy Pelosi, 84. Dick Cheney, 83. Well, listen, I'm praying for them. Okay, wish them the best. Love them. Let's see. Sam, thanks for becoming a member. And Sam also sent in a ginormous $100 super chat. My goodness, that is very, very kind of you, Sam. Really appreciate that. Have you seen Epic the musical? Sam, I have not seen any musicals. I don't watch musicals, so I'm so sorry. If you're hoping that I said that I was going to say yes, I really am sorry to disappoint you, especially because you sent in so much money. I hate musicals, actually. So I'm so sorry.
I love musicals. I have not seen Epic the musical though. Don't even know what it is.
Yeah, I've never even heard of it. Zia Spots, thank you for the $5. LAFT doing a great job for how vastly underfunded they are and how many of the fighters are underpaid convicts. Salute. Yeah, I saw that they were getting, like, convicts were fighting the fires and they were getting paid like $1 an hour or something. Yeah. Don't even know what to say about that. It's just, there's a lot wrong with our country. Let's see. The next one is Adam Ilyov. It's throwing me off because I'm unstarring them too, which in the long run will be better, but it's disrupting my brain's flow.
Apologies.
No, it's a good
making
idea.
You do that.
It's a good idea. Okay, Adam Ilyov. Thank you for the $5. So let me ask the LADA, when the private equity firms come in to take advantage and loot the property owners, are you going to go after them too? Of course not. Where we at here? I saw Kowalski. He's up next. Where? Here we go. Kowalski, thank you for the $4.99. Idiocracy is a utopia. They found the smartest man in the world in a prison and made him the Secretary of Interior to fix their problems, and he did. That's true. It did have a happy ending. The next one here is going to be from Sam. Sam sends in another $100. My goodness, thank you so much. I don't have Cash App. Give to Rebecca or keep. I'll Cash App Rebecca. So just FYI, if you're trying to get money to somebody, YouTube takes 30%, I think it is, right? It's 30%. So 40. I'll Cash App her $70. But thank you so much. And I'll tell her it's from you. She'll be very appreciative.
Right. Don't forget, YouTube takes that 30%. I charge my generous 15% finder's fee. And then
I would never do Rebecca dirty like that, especially in a situation like this.
There's my additional 10% shipping and handling charge.
$1 for me, $1 for Rebecca.
One for you, one for me, 2 for you, 1, 2 for me, 3 for you, 1, 2, 3 for me.
No, I couldn't. Thank you, Joshua Keller, for the $5. As much as I appreciate thoughtful and well-measured Mike, Salty Mike is best Mike. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad that you appreciate my darker commentary. I don't know what to call it. Next one is from Mark. Mark Right-Handed Sith Smith. God, say that 3 times. $5, thank you. As far as the looting goes, scrap metal is worth a fair chunk of change, and so looting of scrap is a thing. Well, you know what? I hope that people loot all the scrap they can just to spite that guy who did that video. That was really stupid. Tracy Eva, thank you for
I
the
know, like I know
$1.99.
people like steal like copper and stuff, but we're talking about like completely burnt down ash. Like they're like, I mean, I guess if you could sift through all that, you might find like something like that, but doesn't look very fruitful to me. But what do I know? I'm not a looter.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, people are desperate, but it seems like they're more focused on like protecting themselves right now. But I mean, I don't know, these people have no faith in like in others. They just think that the peasants are like constantly desperate and trying to take from them. They're just, they say a lot about themselves with these kinds of statements. Autistic Goblin, thank you so much for the $20. Really appreciate that. Mike, as a nobody with no lobbyists in pocket, how do I not get jaded? I have no anger left in me, just apathy. What does resistance or revolution look like when you have no platform and no power? It's hard to answer that question because I'm kind of just jaded at this point. Like if you listen to my videos, I'm just talking about the problems, but like the solutions are very difficult to implement, even though we know what the solutions are.
I really thought you were gonna say, I can't speak to that one because I don't know if you've noticed. I got like a couple 100,000 YouTube subscribers, so I certainly have the platform.
No, I mean, listen, even if you have a platform, I mean, it's great to have a platform. I'm very thankful that I am basically doing this as a job. But having a platform doesn't really make a difference. I've kind of come to the conclusion that you really can't change things. So what I'm trying to focus on is like helping people closest to me in real life and just enjoying the small things in life, just when you're watching TV with your family, getting dinner with, your loved ones. That's what I'm focusing on because I just kind of I think after this last election, I just kind of broke inside and came to the realization that things probably aren't going to get better in my lifetime. So just be grateful for what I have and who I have and just survive. Just survive as much as you can. And that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I wish I had something more optimistic or rosy to offer you, but I'm going through it myself, so I genuinely don't know. I don't know what to say, unfortunately. I used to be a very optimistic person. If you go back to a 2015 Humanist Report when I first started, you see that little twinkle in my eye. I'm very optimistic about the world. Bernie Sanders was running for president. Now I'm season 4 Carol in The Walking Dead. I'm just spent. So I'm so sorry I don't have anything better to add to that. Okay, Chris Corcoran, thank you for the $5. The TV show The Boys has Homelander building prison camps next season. Chances Bezos will make them change this since he's now bowing to Trump. We'll see. Earth Creature, thank you for the $2. Matt stared at sex toys and overlooked Aptera at CES? Question mark. Did you overlook Aptera?
Well, actually, if you missed out on me saying I didn't see any of these sex toys, I just knew they were there. And then I talked to someone who did check these things out. In terms of Aptera, that's a automotive tech, right? I don't.
Oh, I was thinking sleep apnea machine or something that's smaller and portable.
No, so not my area of coverage.
Look, I would have looked at the sex toys just out of amusement, because it's tech and it's cool. And I have no life. I'm window shopping all the time anyway, so why not? I'll look at everything at CES. Let's see here. The next one is from Adam Ilyoff. If you are looking for a Substack, or a Substack name, try Unaligned. Oh, wait. Some Karen has it already and is screaming to speak to the manager of the homeless. God damn. I wonder who he's talking about. TC Dan, $1.99. Thank you, TC Dan. You think Obama and Trump are BFFs now? I don't think that they hang out in their off time, but I think they're very cordial with each other. They're both war criminals. They have a lot in common. So they're okay. They're like acquaintances that are friendly. Mr. Man, thank you for the 666. Hail Satan. Thank you. Hello, Mike. Hello to you too. Mark, right-handed Sith Smith. I nailed it that time. $2. Epic is about the Odyssey or Iliad or both. Okay, interesting. And then last but not least, I have one from Sam Roker. Sam Roker sends $200. That is insane, Sam. I mean, I really appreciate it, but stop sending me all your money. Don't break the bank. Like, I really appreciate it, but please don't do this if you can't. Oh no, look at all this money going to YouTube because you won't watch the musical. Sam, you're too kind. Genuinely, I really appreciate that. Please, this goes without saying, don't send money if you cannot afford to send money, because I don't want you to feel like you have to buy me to get my attention. But I really, really appreciate it. That's very, very kind of you.
But it is for sale.
I mean, nonetheless, I will read every super chat. So, but honestly, thank you so much, Sam. That is really, really kind of you. Okay. With that being said, we are now to Binder, and since I unstarred all of those, it should be much easier. So take it away, Binder.
Let's do this. Is this one that you have up for me?
Oh no, I'm sorry. This is your. I think this is for you. This is the next one that I have, unless it's for David. There might be some for David mixed in.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Oh wait, for this one's for me. Tin Man XL member for 19 months. Thank you so much, Tin Man. Andrew S. member for 18 months with a super chat. Stay safe, my fellow Californians and Americans towards the east. Not affected yet by the fires, but it's bad. Yeah. Great Lakes Feather Company with a super chat. United States of North America is the most fascist thing I've ever seen as a geo nerd. 60 states, 18 territories. Who could stop Trump from this if he pushes? Yeah. Let's go to the next one. We got Andrew S with a super chat. I agree. F James Woods. Get the fuck out of California. You didn't have to censor that unless they don't let you do a super chat with a cuss word. Donald James with a super chat. Praying hands emoji for South California, right? Troy Mosin with a super chat. Need to jettison any establishment Dems in their next primary race out of Washington who voted on the Lakin-Riley Act.
By the way, just sent the $70, Sam, to Becca. And said it was from you.
Wanda M with a membership super chat, member for 18 months. Please bring Ben Dixon back on.
Yes.
To talk about his idea for collaboration of content creators and call to action after January 20th. Right. Sounds good.
I'd love to have Ben on. He's amazing.
Bay Photo with a super chat. Member for 18 months. Saw the stream of NVIDIA CEO introduce the 5090 at CES. Dude kept talking about AI like it makes the stock price rise half a point every time he says it. Yeah, I mean, that's what NVIDIA is coasting on. Well, not coasting is the wrong word, but that's why they're riding high right now because of AI.
Didn't their stock dip, though, after that press conference?
It might have. I mean, the stock market always does that shit.
Yeah. It doesn't mean anything, honestly.
Right. Like you have to fucking full on
actually
crash.
Had stocks.
Right. Looney Tunes 9000 with a super chat. Here you go. Twitch sub coming soon. Thank you so much. Yeah, speaking of Twitch, being that there was the short couple of weeks of the holidays and everything, I think some people, or maybe they just don't want to do it anymore, but I think some people let their free Twitch subscription that they get with Amazon Prime lapse. So if you're not giving it to someone else, don't forget to use that Twitch Prime subscription. Otherwise, Amazon just keeps your extra money instead of giving it to me or anyone else you want to give it to who you watch on Twitch. Twitch.tv/MattBinder. Let's see. We got Chris with a super chat, member for 18 months. If you can't separate your personal morality from social expectations or communal ethics, you're not better than anyone. You are a conservative. Not sure if I'm too tired to understand what you're saying here, Chris, but are you able to parse this?
It's too deep for me to comprehend it if I'm being 100% honest. I'm too tired.
I appreciate it though, Chris. I think.
Personal morality from societal expectations or communal. That's a lot. I feel like I'm just going to take it as disrespectful.
It's like that one woke kid in a college class. Like,
yeah.
Andrew S with a super chat. Stay safe, everyone. Will do. Thank you so much, Andrew S. But I'm like, I think it's easier for me to stay safe. I don't know why I said will do. I don't think that was directed towards me, even though you did say a general everyone.
Yeah,
This one's
Rebecca
not for
and
me.
Ariana in particular right now.
Right. Hey, it's really cold in New York right now. I'll say that. It's like, I think it said it felt like 8 degrees today with the wind. So, I mean, it's cold.
Damn.
And here I was coming from Las Vegas, stepped off the plane in JFK wearing shorts.
Oh my God, that was a choice.
KASC, this is not for me, but a $10 super chat to someone. I'm going to assume to David. David thanks you, I think. Or maybe he wouldn't. So just to be safe, you should send that money to me. The Eduardo, also not for me. But no, this one is for me. I take that back. Thank you, Eduardo. A $10 super chat for me from Eduardo. Thank you. Ad voice. Whenever I'm done debating Republicans over which part of the left is the worst, I like to reach for an ice-cold glass of Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer and toast to real American populism. Dun, 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 dun. I am a real American. Fight for your... Okay, thank you so much, Eduardo. That was great. Keegan Parkhurst with a $10 super chat too. But for Keegan, this is his first ever super chat on a live stream, according to YouTube. Thank you so much, Keegan, for allowing me to be your first. Fun fact, Thomas Higgins, the guy who pied Anita Bryant, is said to be the man who coined the term gay pride. Well, don't you feel stupid now, Mike?
I sure do. Yeah. Shout out to Thomas Higgins.
You just happen to not know that guy was like a friggin' LGBTQ icon, and you said, yeah, dude's probably a TERF now.
I'll look up his Wikipedia and educate myself, for sure.
Mm-hmm. You want to be really funny, though, if you look up his Wikipedia, and it says, Thomas Higgins, the guy who pied Anita Bryant, is the man who coined the term gay pride. He's also known as being the first ever TERF.
Oh, you know what? So he actually died in 1994 of AIDS.
There you
Really
go.
sad.
Don't you feel bad?
Yeah.
oh my God, that's crazy when we had that conversation, because I was going to bring up AIDS. But I was like, a lot of the older generation, LGBTQ plus queer folks did die or get impacted by AIDS. But I didn't want to be too somber, so I didn't bring it up. That's crazy. I literally thought that.
It makes
No, I didn't even
perfect-
think about that, Ariana. It's kind of like one of the things that my generation didn't really have to think about as much.
Yeah.
But,
Like
yeah.
the pie in the face, I feel like back then was just like a way of saying like, please don't, to the authorities, please don't come at me as if like I'm a danger to these people. But my purpose of doing this is very serious. Like I'm doing this to get a message across of the utmost importance because it's life or death.
Mm-hmm.
At least in that case, like he wasn't laughing when doing it. He was very serious about it.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. Missing Futures with a super chat. Is this to me too? No, this one isn't to me. I guess you just forgot to remove it.
Double the price for
Rachel.
$5
I don't have
marketing.
access to my comments on StreamYard, so I think you're reading my super chats.
So okay, this one is. Oh, okay. All right, hold on. Let me just look for mine then. Sorry if you sent to David, because I won't be able to know. Did we read from Rex Trek, Ariana? Is that for you?
What does it
It's
say?
not for me. Gay married boomer, 65 in blue state.
I don't think that was for me.
All right, this might be to David. Rex Trek with a $10 super chat. Gay married boomer, 65 in blue state. No kids, retired, own home, cars, money in the bank. So glad I only have statistically 20 years left on this rock. You poor young people. I apologize. Oh, you have to rub it in, Rex Trek. Jeez. Kowalski with a super chat. I think this is also for David. Unless it was for you. Was this for you, Ariana? Was this
Yeah,
for
that
you?
was Ariana.
I read it.
Okay.
I already read
I
it.
think I didn't unstar hers. Maybe I just unstarred mine. I can't remember. I'm sorry.
All right. This one's from my dad, a member for 17 months. Don Jr. was accompanied by Charlie Kirk to Greenland. We're obviously not sending our best. Poop emoji.
Wow.
Oh, maybe. Why didn't Charlie Kirk, Jenk's BFF, invite Jenk to go to Greenland with him and Don Jr.? A little boys trip to Greenland.
Then they could get a beer.
I know
out
he would
there.
have taken it. He would have taken it within a heartbeat.
Little imperialist boy, little imperialism for the boys. Like Tim Pool invited Emma to sushi with the boys. Hey, Jenk, why don't you go to a little imperialism with the boys? My God. This is for you, Ariana? Nope. Okay, this is probably for David and Nick Laffin. Strengthening the border by deleting the border. Archangel with a super chat. This one is not for me either, but Archangel's got one comment for me. I can see it. So Archangel says Trump is literally starting a risk game with the world. Hopefully his dice rolling sucks. LOL. I think Greenland's one soldier can hold on. Andrew. Oh, wait, you read this one. Archangel with a $10 super chat for me. Thank you so much, Archangel. Matt, you need to try fast food in foreign countries. As a military member, I've found that USA fast food is so much better in both Korea and Germany. Tastes so much healthier, plus the variety is better. Yes, I've heard that these US fast food chains have like crazier items on their menu, like actual foods that are considered delicacies, but like the fast food version of them instead of just like shitty thin little slab of meat in between two buns. Yeah, I gotta do that. Kowalski with a super chat. Matt's metabolism will slow one of these days. It will, and I'll be in for it. Let's see. Man Shovel with a super chat. Binder on pizza after saying he doesn't eat cheese. But I don't eat cheese. I really don't. Other than mozzarella on pizza or like mozzarella sticks. Basically, a cooked mozzarella I could deal with.
Do you like it, or do you just kind of tolerate it?
If you get like a bite that's like just like all cheese, I don't know, it's okay. But like a nice slice with the tomato sauce like pouring out and a nice bite of the bread all combined, then the mozzarella cheese enhances the flavor and it's good.
What's some of the best pizza places in New York that people have to check out?
Sure, Domino's, Papa John's.
He is literally the worst person you could ask.
I'm just gonna say Domino's.
Like
probably.
the worst.
I actually there's a pizza place that's in Flushing that a lot of people say is really good, and I like it. Called Lucia's Pizza. They're really good. There's another one in what's the pizza place
I love
called?
Prince Street, but I know it's overhyped.
Again, I'm
Oh, did he freeze or did my feed freeze?
It's in
He
Queens.
froze for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it froze for me too.
Oh, okay. Oh no,
Matt.
he's getting taken down by Big Pizza.
Pizzagate.
Hey, did y'all hear? Speaking of Pizzagate, apparently the guy who was the Pizzagate shooter just got killed by the cops in a traffic stop randomly.
Yeah, we talked about that when you were.
Oh, really? I was
Yeah,
like,
when
that's
you
a
were
random
gone,
headline
somebody
to
sent
see.
in a super chat about that, and then we talked.
Oh,
about it.
I was just like, what the fuck? That's weird.
Matt, can you hear us? Matt.
I don't know why this is so funny.
Well, I got two new ones that I'll read while he is freezing or frozen I should say. My brain is so cooked.
Me too.
Yeah, what happened to that?
Uh,
This is great.
Brady, thank you for the $10.
It's not good. Yeah,
Appreciate
no, it's
that.
not good, but it's just random. Sorry, I'm still talking about Pizza Kid.
Okay. How do you all feel about me as a trans populist progressive running for Congress in 2026? Would love to know your thoughts. I'm for Medicare for all, and I don't want a donation above $1,000. I think that would be awesome. I think that trans people need to run for Congress because there's literally just one person in Congress who's trans, and we need more. And preferably, we need some who are not Zionist. So I'm all for it, but just know that if you're going to run for Congress, the main thing you need to do is make connections with people in your community. I think that after the Bernie movement, like with the donations coming from across the country, that was good, but it kind of conditioned candidates to, at least like more progressive grassroots leftist candidates and ones that I talked to on my show, it conditioned them to like try to just raise money online. And that can help your campaign, but ultimately you can't win unless you make those connections face to face with people in your community. So just really focus on grassroots and don't deviate from that strategy.
Yeah, I would also say I think a lot of people, when they think about running for office, they think the first thing that comes into their mind is Congress, which is great, but there's nothing wrong with starting local either. There are so many spots locally that are uncontested, and it's very, that's how Jasmine Crockett started. She started local. So it's a lot of Congress people do it. There are those like anomaly cases like AOC or Maxwell Frost that just kind of go into Congress and they win, but that's a lot less, like, not to discourage you. If you want to go for Congress, go, but you can always move your way up to and make those connections in local government, and those people can help you with a bigger, federal bid too. So just putting it out
it's
there.
also great experience too. It's easier to win a local election. And it's great experience. So yeah, it's a great recommendation from Ariana. Another one that I had was it was another one from Brady. Okay, thank you, Brady. Thank you for the $5. This is also a thought, not something I'm pursuing currently, just asking around if it's a good idea. Appreciate and love all of y'all from Kentucky. Well, hey, I'm glad that you're thinking that, Brady. Just the fact that you have the instinct to act and not just like be apathetic is very important, because for me it's hard to like not check out. So I'm glad that you're doing that. Matt, are you back?
Am I back? I don't know. Do you tell me?
Oh, we can hear you.
Oh yeah, coming in smooth.
All right. So I guess we'll just move on from the pizza places, because I don't remember which ones you heard me say. It's New York.
John's, Domino's, basically.
No.
You were shut down by Big Pizza, Lance said.
Yeah.
They didn't like you plugging the Mon spots, so they were like, nope.
Right. All right, let's go to where are we even? I don't even know. A bunch of these aren't from me. I'll just read them. Sam Roach became a YouTube member for whoever that's for. Did you read this one, Ariana? Oh, yes, that one is for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go through and unstar Ariana's real quick.
What about this one?
That's mine too.
We talked about this?
Mm-hmm.
This one's not for me either, but I'll read it. Chris with the super chat. It's such a lib take to think I can legally drone strike in a country. Obama's gonna be your Don Quixote. Kowalski says, soon you will know American freedom. Don't resist. Here we go. This one's for me. $10 from Cyborg Manifesto. Thank you so much, Cyborg Manifesto. Anybody else think it's weird that the Biden White House paid influencers like Mueller, she wrote, to cheerlead about Garland when Garland slow-walked the prosecution of a coup? Oh, so much of this shit we're dealing with is because Garland's a fucking derelict at his job.
Coward.
Terrible.
You want a funny Mueller, she wrote story, or Mueller, she wrote? As I interviewed one of the members of Mueller, she wrote, the one that got kicked out of the podcast like years ago, maybe like 5 years ago, and they were Occupy Wall Street, like, pretty radical lefties, and just completely became like lib-pilled as they became more successful. It's really sad.
Wow.
There's no money in being a radical left, so that makes sense.
That's true.
All right, let's go to Let's see. We got Ryan Lennon fan with a member super chat, member for 18 months. David Pakman is worse than TYT because at least the rest of the left is making a big fuss about TYT. He gets away with it for the most part. Honestly, I think the reason for that is because I don't think the left is his audience. I don't think progressives are his audience.
And TYT is like an institution on the left. It's much bigger. Whereas David is, I think that his audience is much more centrist and liberal.
Yes. Like David Pakman has never been like part of like when you talk about like, for example, like the lefty media that was like, someone brought up Occupy before when talking about the other White House influencers. Like Dave Pakman was never one of the guys who was like down at Occupy like other lefty media was. Like he avoided a lot throughout, like through his whole career of like covering certain lefty things, or at least covering it in a different way, I would say. You know, he's liberal media, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't think he would disagree with that either.
Yeah. He's Howard Stern's favorite content creator, apparently.
And Howard Stern is a lib. Sometimes he has some good points. Makes it in a Howard Stern-y way, but ultimately he is a lib.
These aren't for me. Oh, wait, this one's for me. Looney Tunes 9000, final super chat of the week goes to Binder. Thank you so much. We also got... okay, this one is not for me, but if it's for David, I'll read it. Koru, member for 64 months. Jesus. No water to put out fires. Use ocean water, for goodness sake. We do that in BC. From what I understand, ocean water is not good for the soil.
You can't use it. You can't use it over the farmlands because you'll salt the earth, and that's
salt
terrible.
the earth. Yeah.
But, yeah. There's other areas where yes, you can use it. There's already like video footage of BC planes that actually volunteered for LA and did some like ocean sweeps. You can do that, but those are usually done in like regions where they're like it's more crucial to try and cut off and curb a fire growth. Like there's also areas in forest fires in BC where they light fires. Like we start fires to try and have fires meet fires and burn out. So that's because things are just so like biblically out of proportion that this is better than say the consequences of salt the earth. But if you are in LA and you've got a lot of primary farmland, if you do that, like you're talking about a very, very long period of time before that'll ever be like land you could use again to grow crops. Like it's incredibly dangerous to do.
Yeah.
Like the conservatives who are all like, there's an ocean, they've lost their minds like completely.
Yeah, you don't want to do this.
Also, salt water can be very, very, very damaging to certain infrastructures. It can literally erode and damage infrastructure really badly. So at the end of the day, the net value is way lower than what it can offer.
Yeah.
Also, to the people who were responding to me being like, desalination, stupid. Desalination is a very energy intensive and slow process. And the water that was desalinated is already available in reserves or being sent to other regions of like, California, like San Diego and stuff like that. Like you can't just be like, oh, turn on the desalinators. And then all of a sudden you have free flowing water that you can pour on the fires. Like that's also kind of just
it's I wish it was that simple. It's not.
I know.
Simple, unfortunately.
Like, people smarter than everyone here have thought of this, and like it's an emergency.
Right.
All right, let's go to don't know who this is for, but Django Fett gave a super chat with a there we go. You said you were gonna remove all of these.
I can't.
That was a new one.
No, not you, Ariana.
That was a new one.
Oh, it was a new one?
Yeah, that was a new one, but I thanked them in the chat and everything.
A Scanner Darkly, is this for you, Ariana?
Good movie.
$20 super chat, I'm guessing for David. Had someone in my socials saying that California shouldn't get federal aid because its GDP is higher than most countries. I told them the majority of Californians don't benefit from that wealth. That's a very bizarre thing to... So countries that give less to federal aid should get more federal aid, and countries and states that give more to the federal government should get less federal aid, and then states that give less to the federal government should get more federal aid. That's what you're... I don't think it should even be looked that way at all. Everyone should get federal aid based on their needs. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know that's not you. You said you had someone in your socials, some fucking moron in your socials. Earth Creature with a super chat, not for me, but no, really. Look at Aptera, reliable solar travel. I'll take a look at it. Founder of Apter, apparently. Godcat, this one's for me. Thank you for becoming a YouTube member, Godcat. Really appreciate that. Rachel Atwood, pie in Anita's face equals milkshake on Andy No's head. No, I think I think both were good, but the milkshake at Andy No's head was definitely meant to I think it was a little bit more of a. I think both a good act, but I think that pie in the face to Anita was much more serious. Oh, here you go, Mike. This is for you.
Well, thank you so much. Good for Gaby. 5 gifted memberships. Really
Probably,
appreciate that.
Probably Gabby, my friend.
Gabby. Okay. I'm sorry, Gabby. I said Gaby. Like you were a gay baby. I did not mean that.
Who's this for? Is this for you, Mike?
Oh, yeah, that is for me. Thank you, Stevie, for the $2. Rest in pizza. Appreciate that.
All right. So I got a super chat from a $5 super chat from Mariano Rivera. Now I can read it in the StreamYard, but it appears that he retracted it because it's retracted in my own YouTube channel super chat. So I'm assuming he does not want me to read it. So I appreciate the yeah.
If he retracted it, then that's fine.
And these are not for me. These are probably for you, Mike, or maybe David. Here you go.
This one is for David. Archangel, $5. Last one is for Ariana. After everything I've heard from Trump recently, these next 4 years will be so fucking wild. I really hope most Americans wake up before the midterms. I think that Democrats winning in the midterms, at least like one branch of Congress, is possible because we kind of go back and forth. We yo-yo every couple of years. So if things don't get better immediately, they will vote for Democrats. And Democrats have been doing really well during midterms because lately they've been performing better when turnout isn't as high because Trump is driving non-traditional voters. So we'll see if we can make it to 2 years if no harmful ass policies doesn't get through. And as long as we can get that gridlock into place, we'll be good. And last one for Ariana.
Spam, thank you so much for the 5. Matt Binder and the other New York viewers saw Kyle Kulinski video on winter penis. Stay safe, fellas. Love you, Mafia gang.
I have no idea what
I saw a video about.
Does your guys' penis shrivel or something? Like, what's going on?
I don't know about other guys, but mine does not.
I mean, in the cold it does. But maybe that's what it was. I know Kyle did a video, I didn't watch it, about something called winter penis.
Oh, the winter penis, like the meteorologist image is shaped like a penis. Yes, there's a never-ending stream of those, like where every single time like a disaster is about to hit this area, and I'm like, that's a dick.
They always draw dicks.
They always look like dicks. I know.
Also, bizarre super chat. You looked at the 4 people still on the Leftist Mafia stream right now, and you're like, I'm sending this one to Ariana.
Poor Ariana.
I'm dead. It's okay. I know, Spam. It's all good.
I got a couple quick ones I'm just going to read that came in. Archituro, thank you for the MX50 something. It works for me. Log off, stop doom scrolling, help local problems. Networking actually helps. True. Schwillis with the $5. The previous super chat was my friend being a dork when I was out of the room. I didn't pee my pants. Well, hopefully you also sent the money to Becca's Voice. $ Becca's Voice for anyone who can help. And Minnie T, thank you for the $2. I don't have much to give to kids with disabilities. Single mom, please. You don't have to give anything. Just take care of the kids. Like Mike says, if you're having a hard time, don't donate. Just be present, and everyone's more than happy. And did any of you want to raid the account that got deleted today by Elon Musk because he loves censorship? Link to the Pabst.
Yeah.
What happened?
Okay, so there's this awesome account. It was at Airbagged. I made a tweet about it that I actually did some numbers today. But they are basically one of the nightmare accounts on X for all of the fake gamers who concentrate all their arguments about this game sucks because of woke, DEI, black woman protagonist, indigenous person, and he was basically a nightmare for all those people. Like Grums, etc. would always ratio them. Just got nuked off X, but he's streaming right now. I don't know the reason fully. People are saying it's because of a GIF where he was smashing Grum's face with a hammer, but it was a GIF and it's a popular internet meme. I don't know if that's fully the story.
Wow.
But either way, if you
Yeah,
want to
let's
raid them
raid
on
them.
Twitch,
Yeah, let's raid
I
them.
put the
What's their-
link in chat for the name in chat. If any of you don't know how to spell it.
Okay, perfect. I will copy that.
Oh, that's a cool. That's a clever username.
That
I
is.
thought so too.
All right, before we go though, I just want to say, because this is the first stream with Mike and Lance of the year, it is a pleasure to be starting a new year doing this show, and I'm looking forward to the year ahead, regardless of what happens, because I've been having fun doing this with you guys. Yeah,
I tip my hat to you, sir. Thank you. It's a
I love
pleasure as
y'all.
well for all
I
of
love
y'all.
y'all.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
genuinely enjoy Thursdays just because I get to hang out with you all. Sometimes we don't talk about substantive
Agreed.
things, but just being able to like kick it with you all and just, you know, get some catharsism in the fact that we all acknowledge that the situation is trash, but at least we're here having fun. It does make me feel a little bit better. So yeah.
Yeah, same. I love it here. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Same.
all right, let's
All right,
do
friends.
this. Hold on, don't wait. We gotta do it at the same time so we get the ultimate effect of the.
You gotta do it
person
fast.
going,
I've
oh
only
my
got, like,
god!
15
This would be a
seconds left.
quadruple raid, right? Are we all on Twitch right now?
Yeah.
All right, I
Mine's gonna
got-
auto do it in a second.
All right.
I got 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, ready to go.
Bye, friends. See you next
All
week.
right.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.
Bye, guys.